Peace. What's poppin', y'all? Yo. Gonna get this right here quick. Peace. What's poppin', sunset? Sun dropped tonight. Nah, it dropped the sun. It's gonna drop next week. The album dropping next week. Don't even trip. Buenas noches. I don't know. Buenas noches. Peace to the God. What's poppin', God? I'm ready for this album. Man, look, man, who you telling, man? Who you telling? I'm so ready for this album, man. How you do anything is how you do everything, huh? Talk to him. Who is that? Talk to him, Charisma. Talk to him. Divine, peace, divine Empress. How you feeling, Queen? All right, y'all. So look, man, y'all already know, man. Let's vibe out. Let's get right. Get everything copacetic. You know what I'm saying? Let everybody come on in. Get your oodles and noodles. Get your fruits. You know what I'm saying? Get your fruit juices. Get your waters. Whatever you gonna do, we gonna vibe out real quick. Let everybody come on in. Yeah. Look. Yeah. My bitches as a rah. My bitches as a rah. My bitches as a rah. My bitches as a See, lately I've been protecting my peace. I went to the land of Pioneer, I've been protecting my seat. Even though I talk to spirits, I still come from the streets. A big stepper, still a gangster, I'm protecting my feet. I've been meditating, doing shadow work, I'm healing some shit. I've been trying to open my heart chakra, I'm feeling some shit. Yeah, I'm vibrating high, but I still beat your ass. And I don't really talk too much, but I teach your class. Yeah. And I still ride with my people. When I speak, I shake the room. I got some shit I can teach. We don't vibrate the same, but I still pray I can reach you. A lost soul up in your eyes, just don't let it defeat you. 7 days within my fast, I'm on some emotional shit. I ain't even go outside, fuck the social shit. A lot of forces that I'm feeling, yeah, I'm controlling this shit. Yeah, I'm facing all my fears, yeah, I'm approaching this shit. Yeah. My bitches that's a rod. My bitches that's a rod. My bitches that's a rod. My bitches that's a See, lately I've been protecting my peace. Went to the land of Pioneer, I've been protecting my seat. Even though I talk to spirits, I still come from the streets. A big stepper, still a gangster, I'm protecting my feet. I'm protecting my feet, yeah. Hey, everybody copacetic? Hey, drop some numbers. Let me make sure everybody can hear me real quick. Everybody good? Everybody copacetic? Y'all can hear me? Drop some numbers real quick. Let me make sure everybody can hear me real quick. Can everybody hear me? Drop some numbers. Let me see. Hey, look, I ain't gonna hold you. Let me see. Drop some numbers real quick, y'all. Can everybody hear me? All right, for sure. All right, so look, we finna dive in, but real quick, this is another questions and answers, but real quick, I just want to play one song, y'all. This is probably like one of my favorite songs off the album. This is an exclusive release. I mean, an exclusive listen. I'm so happy. And I'm so excited for this album, y'all. I don't think y'all truly understand how excited I am. But Just to give y'all a little gift real quick. I'm gonna let y'all listen to one song. This is my favorite song. I'm sure probably some of y'all probably already heard the song on my story. This song is called Glory. You know, this song is on the album. After this song, we're gonna dive into the community gathering. Go ahead and get your oodles and noodles, get your fruits, get your waters, get your fruit juices, get your teas. You know, we're gonna have a good night tonight, y'all. Glory to God. Yeah. That's what I say. Glory to God. Hey, burn some sage, y'all. This shit so hard. Yeah, it's one of those. It's been a minute, huh? Look. I give the glory to myself to have the courage to step. Shit to do what I did, I planned it out and I prepped. I had to learn not to chase, had to learn to attract. I had embraced all the lessons and be thankful for that. You know wisdom comes with experience, no need to interference. Let me learn what I learned, I take the wheel and I'm steering. All things are possible to he and she who believe. If it don't align with your spirit, have the courage to leave. The only change that's gonna happen if I change myself. You from the streets, I'm from the streets, shit I bang myself. Just a warrior misguided, boy I tame myself. I was locked up in the system, I broke the chains myself. Can't nothing keep me down, I talk to God to his face. Affirmations, confirmations, I keep God in his place. You know the kingdom of your God is looking right in your eyes. I'm a God, you a God, why you acting surprised? I give the glory to myself to have the courage to step. Shit to do what I did, I planned it out and I prepped. I had to learn not to chase, had to learn to attract. I had embraced all the lessons and I'm thankful for that. I give the glory to myself to have the courage to step. Shit to do what I did, I planned it out and I prepped. I had to learn not to chase, had to learn to attract. I had embraced all the lessons and I'm thankful for that. If you wasn't really ready, the idea wouldn't come. Well, you know, life and death is in the power of the tongue. You need to watch what you think and watch what you say. When you have sex, you ashamed, so watch where you lay. Last week I made a vision board with all my dreams. I got land with a form, I got a tribe as a team. When I speak with intentions. I watch my words. Every day I gotta meditate. I watch my nerves. I'm eating 1 meal a day, so I don't really need sleep. You know my spirit gotta stay light. I'm the sun in the sheep. The other week I was at the beach and washing my feet. I was praying over my life that I keep. They burn some sage. I feel the spirit. I'm getting chill bumps. I give glory to my God and I don't need to go front. Hey, burn some sage. I feel the spirit. I'm getting chill bumps. When God called, God appears, and that I'm still gonna come. To the God of me, I pray that you please protect me from all the things that I cannot see. Provide me with the prosperity, success, and abundance that I need. I speak life and power into the God in me. I give honor and thanks to my ancestors, my spiritual guides, my higher self, and God for protecting me, watching over me, guiding me, leading me, assisting me in my spiritual development, and also aligning me with prosperity, success, and abundance. I pray that you please remove all the people, places, and things that do not add to my happiness and my peace, let alone, and most importantly, the best version of myself and my higher self. I give honor and thanks and speak life and power into the powers that be. I say, yo. Hey, listen. I Am a Great Man. The album is dropping April 21st, 2023. You feel me? April 21st, 2020 motherfucking 3. You feel me? Oh, y'all like that Closer to God? Oh, for sure. Oh, y'all fucking with the song? Ooh. You see, hey, yeah, Blit, you see it? If you wasn't really ready, the idea wouldn't come. You know what I'm saying? If you wasn't really ready, the idea wouldn't come. Before I elaborate on that, right? Let's pray real quick before I go brazy. Hold on real quick. Let's pray. We're going to skip the sound bowl tonight, y'all. All right, but we will pray. We're going to jump in to pray. I give honor and thanks to the powers that be that have put me in a position
to obtain the knowledge that I have, to not just obtain the knowledge, but convert this knowledge into wisdom, to not only be able to teach myself, but the people, places, and things around me. I send that same energy out to every being, to every individual that is on this live. I pray that you please receive all the information and the information that may be spoken tonight, to convert this, to not only receive the information and the knowledge, but convert this knowledge into wisdom, to not only be able to teach yourself, but the people, places, and things around you. I pray that, and I also give nothing. I'm so excited. So fucking excited. Okay. I send nothing but health, wealth, peace, success, and unlimited happiness to every being and every individual that is on this live, that is in this community, because I understand, and understand that without the community, there is no community. I pray that every frequency, every vibration, and every voice, every word spoken on this live tonight is far away from ego, but on the same frequency of love, light, and most importantly, truth. I give honor and thanks to speak life and power into the powers that be. Ashe, Asheo, Amen, Amen, Hare Krishna, and all of the above that you shall subscribe to. I pray everyone is doing amazing. Real quick, how's everybody doing? Let me check in with y'all before I go brazy. I ain't got too much to speak about. Again, it's another questions and answers. Right. So ask me questions. If this is your first time in the community gathering, welcome to the community gathering. We welcome you with open arms. If you have any questions, please put the questions in the question box. If you want to join me on the live, please feel free to request the live and we can build and have a dialogue, monologue, whatever log you want to log down. We can do that. But yeah, man. So real quick, I do want to touch on that. My boy Blick. Because you know that line in that song is going to go over a lot of people's heads, right? If you really wasn't ready, the idea wouldn't come, right? And so what does that mean? That simply means this, right? And I'm not even just speaking about the idea. I'm just speaking about any circumstance, anything that you may experience within your reality. If you truly wasn't ready for it, if you truly wasn't prepared for it, then it would not come. You feel me? It wouldn't even enter your realm of thought. Right. So whatever idea that you have, whatever that comes to your equilibrium, you got to understand how powerful your imagination is. The greatest nation we have is our imagination. Right. The greatest nation we have is our imagination. So you being able to imagine what you can and what you need. You being able to imagine, right, things inside of your life, right? That gives you the power to tap into the unifield, the subatomic field, right? And because you can imagine whatever you can imagine, that means that it has already happened, it's about to happen, or you can make it happen. That's the power of your imagination. So whatever idea that comes to your equilibrium, to your balance, to your auric field, if you was not ready for that idea, then it would have never came. You know what I'm saying? And so whomever I may be speaking to right now, you know what I'm saying? Whatever idea that may have been bestowed upon you, and you feel like, well, I got to wait for the perfect moment, or I got to wait for this to happen, or I got to wait for that to happen. You ain't got to wait for shit to happen. All you got to do is act upon the idea, and the universe, what the universe is going to do is going to choreograph this dance, right? Where things is just going to work out for you. This is what people like to call good luck, or, you know, where things just happen. You know what I'm saying? You got good luck. Nah, nigga, is what it is you getting the idea, the universe blessing you and sending you an abundance of ideas, and you're acting upon that idea. And because you took that idea and you're meeting your goals halfway, you're meeting the universe halfway, the universe then creates this choreographed dance to make sure things happen the way they're supposed to happen, and have and turn out as a success. So whatever idea that you got going on, man, implement it. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to Blick for catching that, you know, because, hey, listen, on this album, it's some things in these songs that I'm gonna be dropping that, you know, it's gonna go over a lot of people's heads. You know what I'm saying? If you wasn't really ready, the ideal wouldn't come. If you wasn't really prepared, or if you didn't have the strength to overcome certain obstacles, you know, the universe, God, Jesus, ancestors, whomever you subscribe to, these obstacles wouldn't be placed in your path. You got to understand that there is nothing more powerful than you. You are the universe. The universe will never work against itself. I pray y'all understand what I'm saying. You know, I had to go brazy. You know, we had to come in and just go brazy right now. You feel me? Come on, man. You know, for those that just now joining the community gathering, this your first time in a community gathering. Welcome to the community gathering. Usually we do the sound bowl, but the energy is so high right now. I'm very, very excited. You know, I can feel certain energies within this portal device. And I could just, you know, it's a lot of elated feelings going on. It's a lot of high frequency going on. So, you know, shit, nigga, we are the crystal. We are the sound bowl. You feel me? All we got to do is tune into ourselves. The sound bowl is nothing but a tool to emphasize the power that's already inside of us. So, you know, normally if this is your first time in the community gatherings, normally we'd do the sound bowl. But yeah, you know, I'm just called to just go in right now. You feel me? Welcome to the community gathering. We welcome you with open arms. If you have any questions, please put the questions in the question box. If you want to join me on this, if you want to join me on the live, please request the live and we can go brazy. But please know, if you was not prepared for the obstacle wouldn't be bestowed upon you. You got to understand that wisdom comes with experience. So look, it's another questions, you know, questions and answers. You know, I be getting a lot of questions now, so y'all don't, you know what I'm saying, don't fold on me now. If you got any questions, please ask. You know what I'm saying? If you want to join me, please join me. Real quick, though, what I will say is that one thing that I was speaking about, what did I want to touch on? It's something I wanted to touch on that I was having a conversation with earlier. But anyway, how everybody, it'll come to me when it's time. You know, when you stop looking at it, when you stop looking for it, you will find it. So how everybody feeling, though? Everybody good? Talk to me real quick before we, yeah, you know, talk to me real quick before we dive in. That's what I wanted to talk about. It came to me. You see, it came to me. See, when you stop looking for it, you will find it. So, how everybody feeling? If you got any questions, put the questions in the question box. For sure. I see the guys trying to join. For sure. I got you. If y'all staying here a little longer, I'll add you. You know what I'm saying? If y'all got to get up out of here, that's bull too. It's all good. But let me, I'm feeling great right now when I heard that line, for sure. For sure. I heard that. If you wasn't really ready, the ideal wouldn't come. Had a crazy day at work. Boss is always on a million. It's all good. Take that energy and transmute it. You know what I'm saying? Use the power of alchemy. That's already inside you. My juicer came in. Thanks for the call. Yeah, gratitude, Tori. I'm glad you ordered it. I'm mad the retreat expensive as hell. I thought it would be closer to home. I'll catch the next one. For sure. You know, we got payment plans. We got payment plans. You know what I'm saying? We got payment plans. I would love to build with you. I'm still working on using my voice. Many have told me how powerful it is. I just have to listen to me. That's all you got to do. You are the universe. You got to listen to yourself. And everybody that's speaking to you about how powerful your voice is nothing but a reflection of yourself, of your subconscious mind, telling you and reminding you how powerful your voice is. That's all that is. It's not other people telling you how powerful your voice is. That's you telling you that, to keep reminding you, to keep you on your path, to keep reminding you that this is what you need to be doing. But you keep bullshitting, you keep playing. So you got to understand, when you got beings and when you have entities in high places watching over you, they not finna let you play with your damn self. They gonna keep trying to remind you. But see, it's up to you to actually take action. It's up to you to meet the universe halfway. It's up to you to meet your goals halfway. See, you can pray. Prayer without works is dead. Prayer is half the work. right? Manifesting is half the work. After you pray, after you start manifesting, now you got to start putting in the work. You got to release that prayer, release the manifestation, and you got to start implementing actions. And like I said in the beginning, once you start implementing those actions, the universe is going to then start aligning things in your path where everything is just going to fall in place. You got to trust yourself. You got to believe in spirit more than anything. You got to believe in soul more than anything. You got to believe in the universe more than anything. When you believe in the universe, you believe in yourself. Where's the retreat? So the retreat information is on the website. Go to thebloodthatheals.com. The retreat on there is already on the website. About to buy an audio of the Project 369. You were going to give us a little live about it. Oh, nah, don't even trip. So Yo-Yo Creative, the lecture about the power of the 369 and the 3, 6, and the 9 is already recorded. So to the community that's on here now, if y'all want to, right, click the link in my bio and click the top that says ask a questions or start a conversation. When you sign up, that's a premium membership, right? And my lectures, my off the camera lectures, off the social media lectures are going to be going on that platform, which is my new platform, because I can say anything, talk about anything. You feel me? So any lectures that's off of Instagram and YouTube and other social media platforms is going to go, it's going to go on that platform. And so the power of the 3, 6, and the 9 is actually going on that platform. It'll be uploaded tomorrow. I advise you to just sign up, become a premium member. It ain't number $25 a month. You feel me? Become a premium member. You got all access to my cookbook. You got the access to ask me questions, consultations. What else? You got the access to the lectures and all of the above. So, click the link, sign up to the new community that I got going on. We could talk about anything, all that good stuff. Mastery comes with emotion. Boom. I heard that one. I like that one. Mastery comes with emotion. Ooh-wee. Just like wisdom comes with experience. I like that. Just found out I had gallstones, on my way to healing now. Any all natural tips? Hey, Eddie, the guy who I don't know if you're a god or a goddess. Put that question in the question box so I can get you right real quick. Let me see. I'm gonna just check out some more of y'all comments real quick, and then I'm gonna dive into what I need to talk about real quick. Just a quick little whoop de whoop, and then we're gonna dive into the community. We got 2 guys that want to join, so I'm gonna try to hurry up so I can get them in. Today I let go of a scared energy. Oh, that's what's up. Let it go. And one thing about being scared and fearful, man, it's okay. It's okay to feel those emotions, because you got to understand that although we are spiritual beings, we are still having this human experience. So we're going to have certain human emotions. We're going to experience human emotions. So fear is one of them. But one thing about it, you can be brave. You can be brave. Can't wait to hear the lecture. For sure. Oh my God. The way I broke down the power of the 3, 6, and the 9, I pray y'all understand it too, because listen, like I always say, I can explain it for you, but I can't understand it for you. You feel me? Yo, what's poppin', Brody? What's poppin', cuzzo? Let me join the gang. Shit, nigga, join the gang, nigga. Join the community. All right, so boom. So real quick, before I jump into the questions, we got a lot of questions. Like I said, I got 2 guys that's trying to join real quick. So let me hurry up and say what I need to say real quick. So today, real quick, I was called to speak about this topic real quick before, we dive into anything else. I was at this juice bar today, grabbing me a little smoothie and a little fruit bowl. And I was having a conversation with this queen, right? And we were speaking about ascension symptoms, right? Ascension symptoms, right? And so it was a dope conversation, because I started to realize a lot of things that started happening in my own life, and hey, put all the questions in the question box, y'all, please. I see a lot of good questions. Please put all the questions in the question box, please. So So before I spoke about ascension symptoms, right? So I would say like 2 years ago, right? 2 years ago, it was around like November, December, right? And I got, in a way, in a sense, right? I got really sick, right? But it wasn't like a normal sick, like, like runny nose or cough, whatever the case may be, temperature rising. It was that I was having those symptoms. However, on a subconscious level, I knew that I wasn't necessarily sick. However, I didn't know what I was going through. This was 2 years ago, right? I didn't know what I was going through, but at the same time, I was going through something, right? And again, I spoke about this before in my lives, right? And so I lost my taste. I lost my smell, temperature high. I was tired all the time. My body was aching and I was resting, right? I was doing nothing but resting. I was fasting. I was on my herbal teas, you know what I'm saying? And I was just resting. Now, what happened was, again, y'all, please put the questions in the question box so I can answer the questions. So what happened is that I think that went on for like almost a month and a half, almost 2 months, right? And just all of a sudden, right, I rose one rising, right? And all of a sudden, everything went away. Like I was able to smell again. I was able to taste again. I was able to feel again. My body wasn't aching. You know what I'm saying? I was feeling myself. So I'm like, bet, man, shit, I'm finna go smash some food. So I go to a vegan restaurant, right? And the moment I walked in, right, it was this very distinct smell that was like, I was like, man, what is it? And I go to this vegan restaurant a lot. I'm not gonna say the name because I don't want to, you know what I mean? But I was like, yo, what is that smell? But I'm like, I go here all the time. Like, it's bull. Like, I you know what I mean? So, boom, I'm like, whatever. So I sit down at the table, I order the regular degular. You know what I'm saying? And they bring the food. And as soon as they put the food in front of me, you get that little whiff of smell of the food that'll secrete activate the saliva glands to secrete the saliva for you to start, getting ready to break down the food. And so when I got the whiff of the smell of the food, all of a sudden I'm like, yo, it's the same smell that I smelt when I walked in is the same smell that I smelt in this food, right? And so then what happened was, boom, I'm like, all right, I ignore it, right? I ignore it, right? So I start praying over the food, whatever, speaking my affirmations, my confirmations over the food, speaking life and power over the food before I consume it. And so once I consumed the food, I'm talking about the first bite, I had to spit it out. Right. And the reason why I had to spit it out is because not only could I smell whatever that was I smelled, I also tasted it. And it tasted nothing like chemicals. It tasted like nothing but chemicals. Right. And so, unfortunately, I had to send the food back. Boom. I still tipped the waiter, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? And boom, I got up out of there. You know what I mean? So as I'm going throughout these last 2 years, right, I'm realizing that my smell is different. My taste is different. My hearing is different. My feeling is different. I see different. I hear different. I'm talking about not even just physically feeling. I'm talking about spiritually, like energy. Like I'm more sensitive to energy. We're speaking about ascension symptoms, right? Ascension symptoms. And so I started to realize, thinking back and looking back on that whole episode that I had, November, December, I'm like, yo, I wasn't sick. I was going through an upgrade. I was ascending. And one thing about the universe, one thing about the ancestors, like I said, when you got entities and beings watching over you in high places, they not even feeling that you play with yourself, right? So even if you want to do what another nigga did, your consequences is going to be 10 times worse than what Buddy just did, because your mission and the rules and the laws And the laws of the universe, they apply different to you because you have a purpose that is bigger than the bots and, you know, the CPSs and, you know, the people that's on autopilot and zombie mode out here. Right. So when you got entities in high places, they not even finna play with you. So whether you want to step into your power voluntarily, or they gonna make you step into your power whether you want to or not. So when I was going through that, you know, obviously, you know what I'm saying, I wasn't voluntarily stepping into the power that was bestowed upon me. Right. And so I had the entities that play, the powers that be, they forced me into my ascension. And so that's what that whole, you know, almost 2 months of me being sick. Right. I wasn't sick, but I was ascending. I was growing. I was upgrading, what most people like to call like downloading and things. Now, I was upgrading. I'm no longer going down. I'm going up. So I was upgrading. And so what that got to do with today is that, for the past, you know, couple years until that time, you know, I started being very intentional with what I put inside of my body. Right. Of course, you know, for those that follow me for a while, y'all know I started with cooking, and y'all know that I started with cooking vegan food that was like highly processed. You know what I'm saying? But however, I started to, during my ascending, because I can smell the chemicals, I can taste the chemicals, right? I started to cooking a lot of my own foods. You feel what I'm saying? I started cooking a lot of my things from scratch. You know what I'm saying? And you know, doing the whole nine. And so what I got to do with now is because, you know, although I'm definitely more intentional with what I put inside my temple, right? How can we expect to enter the temple of God when we can't even take care of the temple that God gave us? So I'm definitely now more intentional with putting things inside of my temple. However, check this. When you have graduated to a higher frequency, a higher vibration, right? There are fleshly things that you want to participate in, right? And although we understand balance and duality, the God mind, there is no such thing as duality. And for those that want to join the community, in the link in my bio, when I broke down the 3, 6, and the 9, you will understand what I'm saying about the God mind, understanding, overstanding, and understanding that there is no such thing as duality. You're right. There is no such thing as cold and hot. All it is just temperature. Right. However, with us being in this 3D realm, right, we can only perceive and judge things and we can only perceive things and judge it. And so now when we feel something that may be cold or hot, we label it, we judge it. Right. So what happens is that, you know, once you start ascending, right, what's going to happen and you start upgrading, right, whether it's voluntarily or involuntarily, your body, not only is your spiritual body and your soul body going to speak to you, your physical body is going to communicate to you as well. And let me explain, right? So, and this is literally a prime example of me right now, right? So about 80% up until Sunday, right? About 80% of my diet was straight raw, right? I was, you know, y'all know about Tassili's, the raw wraps, you know, I'm consuming nothing but fruits, juicing, spring water. You know what I'm saying? So 80% of my diet is raw. However, the other 20% of my diet is cooked, and I cook majority of my food unless, you know, I'm out treating myself, whatever the case may be. Right. However, last weekend, right, I treated myself to a dinner. Right. The dinner, it was clean. It was clean food. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't really a lot of highly processed foods. None of that. Right. But prior to that, right, I was looking at people on my Instagram feed and they was talking about, oh, how they're raw and things of that nature. And, you know, in my mind, I'm like that the raw is bull, but 100% raw, I'm not there yet. And the most powerful thing about this, and again, this is the conversation that me and this queen was having, right, earlier today. The most powerful thing about the body is that whatever you think and whatever you speak, it manifests within inside the body. However, when you have on a subconscious level, when you have powers, nothing like that is nothing similar to nobody else. when you have a calling, when you have a true purpose with nothing like nothing compared to somebody else, whatever you speak, even if you try to down your body and your cells, your atoms your DNA is going to respond and be like, okay, you want to talk down to yourself? Well, watch this. So let me explain. So when I was watching these raw people on my feed on Instagram, it was like, well, I'm 100% raw. And, again, I'm very intentional with what I say. However, I was like, I'm not there yet, right? I'm not 100% raw yet. You know what I'm saying? I don't think I'll be there probably in like another few years or whatever. My body said, I bet, right? My subconscious said, the God in me said, okay. You want to play with yourself, right? Okay. You want to limit yourself. All right, bet. Watch this. So the weekend, right? Boom, I go grab me a little whoop-de-whoop. I go grab me a nice little meal. You feel me? Boom, I eat the meal. 30 minutes later, I'm driving home. I'm feeling sick. Right? I'm feeling sick. Now, in my last community gathering, remember what I spoke about? I said that whatever signs and symbols for your subconscious mind to decipher, right? And once you decipher it, whatever innate feeling that you feel in your heart chakra and your nervous system, right? Whatever innate feeling that you feel, and the reason being, whatever that communication may be being communicated to you, that is exactly what that means. So when I was driving, I'm driving home, I'm feeling sick. As soon as I felt sick, my innate feeling, the innate intuition said, you have to have a diet of at least 90 to 95% raw. What you just ate was bullshit, although it was clean. This is my innate feeling. What you just ate was bullshit. You said you can't go raw. I'm about to prove you wrong. You are a God. There is nothing more powerful than you. You will never limit yourself the way you just limited yourself. So my DNA, the atoms inside of me, right? The atoms inside of me are responding to what I was saying a few days ago about not being 100% raw. So I'm driving home, I'm feeling sick. And I'm thinking this, like, all of these uploads is coming to me. You just ate bullshit. You know you can go raw. You're supposed to be eating nothing but fruits and vegetables. Fruits is the highest frequency vibration of food that you can consume. Everything breaks down into glucose and fructose, which breaks down into ATP, which give you nothing but pure energy for the body. You are a God, right? Reconnect the neural pathways and like all of these downloads. And as soon as I pull up to my house and I get out, I throw up. And the only thing that I throw up is literally what I just ate. And as I'm throwing up, all of these uploads is like, you're purging. It is time. That's all I kept hearing. It is time. We speaking about ascension symptoms here. You got to pay attention to the body. You got to pay attention to the soul. You got to pay attention to the spirit. You got to listen to yourself. That gut feeling is God talking to you. That gut feeling is your higher self talking to you. So as I'm purging these uploads, it is time. You are a God. So I say this to say, y'all, is that it's a huge shift going on. It's been a shift going on. It's been a shift for about 2 years now. Obviously, based off, based off the illustration that I just gave, using myself as an illustration. It's a shift going on for the past 2 years. Even more now. Because a lot of people say, well, we've been in the Aquarian age. Yeah, 100%. We've shifted into the Aquarian age. But before we enter the Aquarian age, you enter the spirit, the soul, and then you enter to, it's a process, right? It's not just a all one and done. It's a process, right? So there's a lot of shifts going on. There's a lot of things that are happening, right? But we have to get in tune with spirit. And I'm not talking about anything external. I'm talking about within self. See, you can't look outside without looking in self first. So I just say that to say that whatever innate feeling that you feel, as far as your ascension process, listen to it and act upon it. Because regardless, like I said, when you got entities watching over you, when you got beings and powers that be in high places watching over you, they not finna play with you, and they're not about to allow you to play with yourself. So rather the ascension symptoms is rather your ascension is voluntarily or is involuntarily. See, when you looking around your life and you feel like everything is falling apart, that right there is involuntarily ascension symptoms. Why? Because you seen the signs. You seen the red flags. Even with what I'm speaking right now, I can feel somebody whom the 143 individuals that is in this community right now, I just spoke to somebody. I know it because I feel it. Shit, if anything, I'm speaking to myself as well. When you looking at your life and you feel that everything is falling apart, that's ascension symptoms, because you've seen the signs. You've seen the red flags and you ignored them. The God, ancestors, Jesus, whomever you subscribe to was already communicating to you, but you wasn't listening. Your higher self was already talking to you. That gut feeling that was already there, but see, you was neglecting yourself. You was ignoring yourself. So now you looking at shit was like, well, your life is falling apart. Nah, you had numerous amount of opportunities to do what was needed to remove yourself from this situation. You had multiple opportunities to remove yourself from this environment. But see, now you want to play with yourself. I bet. Now it's time to, now it's time to put my foot on your neck. Okay, bet. You didn't want to do it. Now it's time to make you do it. That's how the universe works. Okay, bet. You don't want to do it. Watch this. I'm going to make you do it. And see, when the universe make you do it, it ain't too pretty. Because see, now, because again, we're having this human experience and we feel these human emotions, right? Although we know the universe doesn't happen to us, it happens for us. However, we still having this emotional, the programming, the conditioning. So when our life is quote unquote falling apart, we're like, man, everything is going wrong. Everything is falling apart. When in actuality, everything is actually falling together. It's just you didn't take the necessary steps and the necessary precautions to remove yourself and to do the due diligence that you needed to do, that you already knew that you needed to do. So because you didn't voluntarily do it, now it's time to make you do it. And then again, right? A lot of times we'll sit here and pray for things that don't work out. We'll sit here and pray for the signs. We'll sit here and pray and ask the universe to give us certain things and to take away certain things. And then when it happens, we looking at this shit like, damn, what just happened? You creating your own life. Man, y'all ain't listening to me, man. Drop some numbers real quick, man. Let me make sure everybody understanding what I'm saying right now. Drop some numbers, please. Pretty please, with a cherry on top. Because a few people just came in late. You know what I'm saying? We got the hot Cheeto girl in the back smacking on the hot Cheetos, spraying her perfume. You know what I'm saying? She look like she don't give a damn what I'm talking about. You feel me? So she gonna have to transition and come on back down here so she can learn the shit she need to learn. We got Buddy over there. They talking about what LeBron James did last night. I thought basketball season was over. I don't know. So drop some numbers. Let me make sure everybody understanding what I'm saying. Real quickity split. You feel me? So basically, You know, in conclusion, because I see a lot of questions, I see a few people that want to join me. Like I said, I got a few guys that want to join me on here real quickly split. You feel me? So I just drew this illustration for myself so y'all can understand that it's a shift going on, and you got to start listening to yourself. You got to start acting upon your innate feelings. Not emotional feelings, but your innate, right? So before doing something, ask yourself, right? Ask yourself, like, what, how would this make this feel? How would I feel if I do this? Right? And if it make you feel good, then do it. You know what I'm saying? Healing symptoms. No, not healing symptoms. Forgive me. Ascension symptoms. And so with me drawing the illustration of me eating and then purging and then getting all of these uploads, right? That is also me, that is also telling myself that and also understanding that even if I wanted to eat something, I can't eat it. Even if I wanted to consume something, and I'm not just talking about food, I'm just talking about in general, TV, music, whatever the case, because I'm ascending, because I am graduating from vibration to vibration, to dimension to reality, to my higher self, to beyond my higher self. Because I am ascending, even if I wanted to consume something, I can't. And for those that can resonate with this message, it's going to be difficult to even try to explain this. It's going to be difficult for you to even try to explain this to other individuals, to other beings that just don't get it. Listen, I want to consume it, but I can't. Now, I'm not saying I'm greater than the next person. No. Because there's going to be a time where you're going to ascend. You're going to be having the same conversation with someone else. But right now, I'm on my ascension. Right now, I'm talking about me. And what you're consuming, I can't consume. What you're listening to, I can't listen to. What you're watching, I can't watch. The environment that you allow yourself to be around, I can't allow myself to be around because I'm ascending. My spirit wouldn't even let me. The entities wouldn't even let me. They wouldn't let me because if I do the same shit that somebody else would do, my consequences and repercussions is going to be 10 times worse than the next person. Why? Because I have a greater purpose in this lifetime, in this present moment. The powers that be is not going to play with me and is not going to allow myself to play with myself. So I just say this to say, you got to listen to yourself, y'all. Listen. Ask your ancestors, Jesus, Buddha, Allah, whomever you subscribe to. I pray to my ancestors, my spiritual guides, my higher self, God. I pray for the capacity and the ability to decipher all signs and symbols, all communication and all messages for the subconscious mind, because that's how a lot of things are communicated. They're communicated by way of the subconscious mind, and it's up to you to decipher it. It's up to you to pay attention to it, decipher it, break it down, let it resonate with your spirit and soul and your innate, in your intuition, and you can act upon it. You got to listen to yourself. Do not neglect yourself. And if you've been neglecting yourself, go look yourself in the mirror and say, I apologize. I'm sorry. I apologize for neglecting you. But I promise you I ain't going to do it again, my nigga. I apologize for not listening to you, for not listening to you. But I promise you I ain't going to do it again, my nigga. I apologize for abandoning you, but I promise you I ain't gonna do it again. You gotta start listening to yourself. You gotta start first and foremost, before you listen to yourself, forgive yourself. How about that? Because before we start listening to ourselves, because we can listen to ourselves, but do we trust ourselves? That's the question. See, you can listen to yourself, but do you trust yourself? And see, where the trust comes in is that with you not trusting yourself, it goes back to the signs, right? To the red flags, right? To the universe giving you these signs and these symbols, and you're ignoring because you're doing nothing but ignoring yourself. And so what that do is that then creates a feeling of neglect, whether it's subconscious or subconscious. It doesn't matter. Right? It creates a feeling of neglect. It creates a feeling of untrustworthy. Right? Do you truly believe in yourself? Do you truly trust? So go look in the mirror and go handle that first. Go grab a journal, go grab a pen and handle that first. Apologize to yourself first. And it's okay. I've done it. I'm still apologizing to myself. It's okay. Right? Wisdom comes with experience. I cannot talk about anything that I have not experienced. So please know, don't, for those that's in this community, don't take it as an attack, because trust me, I'm still apologizing I'm still forgiving myself for the shit I done did 8 years ago, 9 years ago, 4 years ago, shit yesterday, 2 days ago. So go grab a journal, go grab a pen, go look in the mirror and go cry. Go release that shit. Go open that heart chakra, because when you open that heart chakra, you become magnetized. When you open that heart chakra, you can tap into that heart chakra and you can bring forth whatever you desire. So go do that first. Apologize. Then once you apologize, learn how to forgive yourself. Then when you learn how to forgive yourself, now start tapping into listening and hearing yourself. You got to love yourself before you can love anybody else. I pray that everybody understood, overstood, and understand what I was saying tonight. I need some more water.
Bro, what's good with you, man?
Peace, God. How you feeling? Yes,
Hey, another blessing. I was listening in, and one of the main things that stood out to me, in addition to that, is how through this fasting process, we're able to kill the flesh in a sense and channel more of our spirituality and actually, dive deep into actually healing ourselves properly. And I think a lot of people aren't able to tap in like you're able to tap in because they aren't first going through that process. And I know that helped me in a lot of different ways through fasting. A lot of people think it's dietary and we're trying to lose weight or whatever the case is, but you're healthier in so many aspects of it. It's not necessarily just a dietary thing, but it's also it's mental stability, it's spiritual stability. You're able to ground yourself throughout that process. Yeah. So that was beautiful what you said, bro. And
I appreciate it, man. Yeah, man.
man.
I'm gonna be honest with you, man. Fasting honestly has, I'm gonna say made me more aware to the God ability that's already inside of me. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
Because a lot of people don't understand that whatever you consume, and not just talking about food, but just whatever you consume inside your temple, it's either doing two things. Mm-hmm. It's either making your DNA dormant or it's unlocking your DNA, right? But once you start fasting and you start being intentional with what you consume, your DNA start to unlock and you start developing these powers and these ascension tools to just elevate even more. You know what I mean? It's a very powerful thing, man.
I put some people through the process earlier this month, and I asked everybody the same thing because I went through the same experience. So I went through this process where I felt high. I felt like just my spirituality increasing. People call it high, but it's really what it is. You tapping into your divine self. But I asked everyone who was on that fast if they experienced the same thing. Spot on. It was the same thing. Everybody had that feeling of this euphoric feeling that they couldn't describe. And what that does is that teaches us that we don't necessarily have to use substance to get us to that point of our higher selves. A lot of that's the only way you can get to a certain thing, but and a lot of people use synthetic chemical imbalances to get us there, but we can do that naturally.
So you got to understand that even when it comes to the shrooms or whatever the case may be, like, we got to understand that even so, first and foremost, when it comes to the crystals, right? People ask me about crystals, right?
Yeah.
I wholeheartedly utilize the crystals as a tool. But you have to understand that this crystal is not something that you have to depend upon. Why? Because you are the most expensive and the most valuable crystal walking. The reason why I say that is because you got to understand that when you go out in the sun and you look at your skin real close, you can see colors reflecting off of your skin. All kinds of colors. Not only that, when you utilize and you know how to move the cerebral spinal fluid inside the brain up the energy centers from the spine into the brain, that then goes directly to the pineal gland, the cerebral spinal fluid starts to penetrate and activate and stimulate certain crystals inside the pineal gland, which then activates certain DMT and spiritual experiences. Then when it goes to the shrooms and other external tools that you can use for spiritual enlightenment, but you got to understand that these things that you're eating, the shrooms, the acids, whatever, the mother ayahuascas and all of that, those are tools. 100% use them. However, don't depend on them, because those same things that you consume are doing nothing but activating the chemicals that's already inside of you for your spiritual enlightenment. That's all it's doing.
Yeah, most definitely. Even watermelon. You know, if we look at the electricity that our body already carries, and how watermelon, you mix water with electricity, and that's why we're able to tap into that power. And which is why it's such a negative connotation in the Black community. But well, outside of the Black community, it made it a weapon towards us, as far as people racially using that against us, when it was actually something that it's very beneficial to the melanated body. But it's things that we don't tap into now because of cultural, differences and things like that. Yes, ma'am. I got you. Yeah. But man, bro, I just want to tap in with you, man, and highlight you, bro. Your 21st is coming up real soon.
I'm so fucking excited, bro. I don't think you too, bro. I'm so excited for this album to release, bro. Man, I'm excited, bro.
Yeah. I'm excited for it too, bro. I'm gonna definitely be there, locked in with you. So yeah, I just want to tap in, bro, and congratulate you on ascending to another level. Success on the album, because I already know it's gonna hit.
What'd you say?
How many countries you hit so far? I said, how many countries have you already hit so far?
56. Yep, 56.
56 countries.
Yeah.
Already. Yeah. Well,
so, man, hey, bro, I appreciate you for tapping into the community. Real quick, before you go, I do want to let the community know that if you in Atlanta next week, me and the guy getting together, we going to this event next Saturday. It's going to be from 1 to 8 p.m. I'll post a flyer. I'll post a flyer once we get off the live, so y'all can tap in, pull up on us. I'm gonna have my CMOS, the God that's on right now. He gonna be with me, chopping it up. You know what I'm saying? Come vibe with us. You feel me? We out here. Yeah, Shunny. For sure.
Yeah, it's going down that day.
All weekend.
It's going that weekend. So
all weekend.
Coming all the way from Houston to support my boy out there. So yeah, it's
well, I appreciate you, God, man. We're gonna talk in a minute.
All
right, peace, bro.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. Y'all pull up, man. Y'all pull up, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all pull up. Yeah, we got a lot of questions, though. We're finna dive into these questions, man. I see a lot of questions. Like I said, man, I pray that y'all understand and understand you know, what I was speaking about earlier, man. Like I said, you know, it was just it was a beautiful conversation that I was having with this queen, man, at the juice bar, man. And I was like, you know, I was sitting here meditating before the community gathering. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, when I speak about certain topics, you know, they just come to me. I don't write them down. I don't meditate on them, you know, the whole day. Man, I think I meditate for like an hour all the time, you know, before the community gatherings, and the topic just come. And as I was meditating, you know, I was reflecting back on our conversation, and I was like, man, that right there is definitely something that I want to elaborate and for sure utilize myself as an illustration to, you know, bring some kind of awareness to the community. So let me say, okay, Bill, we got another guy that want to jump in. Then we're going to jump into the questions, y'all. I see all y'all questions. So give me a second. I'm going to add another guy, and then we're going to jump into the questions real quick.
What it is, God?
Peace, God. How you feeling, man?
Man, you got me turned right now.
Yeah,
man.
you turned up.
Yeah, bro. I'm fucking with that line, but that shit is in my head.
Yeah.
Airline in my head, bro.
Yeah.
You got me turned right now. Like, I feel your energy, bro. Like, I can feel your energy. I feel how you feel about your album.
Yeah.
Like, hey, that shit got me like this.
Yeah, for sure. Got you charged up, huh?
Yeah, we charged up, man. For real, bro. Like, yo. I ain't gonna lie, everything you just said, though, I needed to hear that. You feel me? Like, everything you just said, everything you were just speaking on, bro, I really need to hear that, bro. Because, like you said, bro, like, I've been battling for, like, the past couple of, like, a year or two.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised I'm still here, man. Like, I've really been battling. I had a lot of other outside things try to take me out. I had a lot of other things coming trying to stop me. And it's just, I've been battling. You know, I don't really speak on what I go through. You know, I'm strong like that. But, you know, the other day, I just gave everything to the universe and to the powers that be. I gave everything to them. You know, because I'm strong. I've been strong for a long time, bro. So it's like, I've been strong for like 27 years, bro.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like, it's eventually I'm gonna need some help. Like, I gotta just chill. I gotta like eventually put things in their hands and just let them work. You feel me? Just I gotta let me work. I gotta let my higher self work, and I gotta let my ancestors work.
Thanks.
But now, man, like, I've been noticing a lot of things. Like, everything really been falling apart. And I be trying to figure it out. I be like, man, what the hell going on? You know what I'm saying? Because I know what I'm doing, and I know what I'm going. But it's like my mind, like you said, the idea. If you're not ready for it, the idea will come. So the idea there, but every time I try to execute it, it's something stopping it. Like, it's something stopping it right there. It's stopping. So I be like, okay, boom. So now I'm looking like, why is every time I do it, something stopping? So now I peep, like, it's probably just the wrong people around me. The people that's around right now, not even supposed to be here.
I don't mean to cut your wisdom. God, but that's a great perspective, 100%, right? The environment, the people, places, and things that you may have around you, 100%. Mm-hmm. However, I also want you to broaden your perspective a bit as well. What if that what you're doing to accomplish whatever the idea is not being stopped? You're being redirected to how you're supposed to be doing it. Because how you think you're supposed to be doing it, you know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? It's like, nah, you know, don't do it this way. It's like training a child in the way he should go. You know what I'm saying? Hey, baby, nah, don't do it this way. Do it like this. It's not you being stopped from doing it. You're being redirected into doing how you're supposed to be doing it. So once you continually doing it and you meet your goals halfway, you know, it'll turn out successful.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, I get you all day. I understand you. Yeah, that's another way to look at it. I need to change my word and change my vocab, because I was watching 19 Keys the other day, and he was talking to this one older dude. I forgot his name, but his Instagram is called Numbers and You. It's called Numbers and You.
Yeah.
And he was saying that we in the year of the 7. You know, he was saying that we in the year of the 7. So he said we really got to be careful.
Yeah.
We really got to be mindful of everything that we speaking and saying. Because he said that the year of the 7 is like, okay, everything you think is manifested. So if you say I'm broke, you're gonna be broke. If you say I'm hurting, you're gonna be hurting. If you say, oh, I can't do this, you're not gonna be able to do it. You got like 7 trillion cells within yourself that you can't do it. So now you got so all them cells is going to make sure that you're going to do it because they can't tell the difference.
Exactly. Exactly. And then also to build onto that, you also got to understand that the universe, God, whomever you subscribe to, it only knows one answer, and that answer is yes. So whatever you think, whatever you speak, the answer is going to be yes. Oh, I'm trying to do it. The universe was going to respond, yes, you are trying. But guess what? When you change your vocabulary up, I am doing, the universe is going to be, yes, you are doing. So when you do that, you got to understand that whatever you think, whatever you speak, what happens is that you shift different parallel universes all the time, right? And by you shifting different parallel universes all the time, by what you think and whatever you speak, you then shift into that parallel universe. So if you say, oh, I'm trying to accomplish this, you just shift it into another parallel universe that's going to respond and say, yes, you are trying, versus you saying, yes, I am doing this. You shifting into a universe and saying, yes, you are doing, which then is going to respond in a way and align you with a frequency and a vibration and the reality of you actually doing it. That's the power of manifestation.
Okay, exactly, bro. Exactly, like, man. Yo, I'm ready for that album, man.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
I'm ready for that album.
For sure.
One thing about me too that I love, like, I love in this reality right now is music, man.
Yeah.
Like I just love music. Like that's something I really cope with. That's something I really like. Like that's my go-to.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? That's my go-to music. I love it. I love listening to every little instrument, every little sound, every little beat. I listen to all the words. Like I listen to all the words. That's how I caught that line. Because when I listen to music, I don't just listen to it. I really listen. You know what I'm saying?
Gotta listen. Don't listen. You gotta listen. Yeah.
I been listening to it. You know what I'm saying? That's how when you said I caught the first quarter, like I'm listening. Like what? I said, hold on. What that guy said? I had to stop what I was doing because it caught my ear. And I was like, damn.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, but that's powerful, man. Like, yo. I ain't been on the live in a minute. You know, I'm always in the chat.
Yeah.
Always gliding and whatnot. But you know, I ain't been on the live in a minute. But I had to, you know, really go through this portal and touch it. You know,
for sure.
Tap in, you feel me? Like tapping with everybody else. I see everybody else. What's up, y'all?
For sure. Well, I'm always thankful and grateful for you, God. For sure, bro.
I'm thankful and grateful for you too, man. Especially everybody here, especially all the beautiful queens that we have in here, man.
Yeah.
You know, they really help me out, especially Tay and Takar. They're like one of the main tools that really always have my back through everything. You know, that's TT.
For sure.
Yeah, man, I appreciate y'all, man.
For
For real, man. I can't wait to come to Atlanta. You know, I'm just getting once I'm getting myself together. Once I get this together, I'm getting my daughter and I'm going to Atlanta.
For sure, yeah.
You know what I'm
Take your time, bro.
Yeah, I got to get from around here. I got to really elevate. Every time I wake up and think, and I can turn around and look, I be like, got to get from around here, man. I just got to get from around here, man. Because, yo, my body is really, it's like, it's in me. It's forcing me, like you said, it's forcing me to go.
Yeah.
It's taking everything away from me down here. It's taking everything that I can't even be around here, hanging out, all that, making all the old people I used to talk to, and all that being around is executing them, like, I don't even get in no contact with them, nothing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nothing. One thing I focus on is like music, money, and straight elevation. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's all I'm focused on all day, every day. There goes my sis right there. Tell you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's all I'm focused on, man. Like, that's why I keep myself in there, especially eating right. Everybody trying to be like, oh, you don't eat meat, you don't eat meat. I be like, no meat. I'm going on 3 years, no meat. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to 3 years, no meat soon. I'm going all the way straight vegetation. Like, that's why I got to get with you on the
Yeah.
I get all the recipes.
Yeah, for sure. We gonna get you right.
I've been alkaline my Willie. You feel me?
Yeah. Oh, he fit alkaline as Willie. For sure.
You got to alkaline your Willie, man. But, hey, listen, man. I'm going to go ahead and walk the dog real quick. I'm going to go ahead and touch
For sure, man. And gratitude, bro. Thank you for being a part of the community, God. I love you, bro.
You already know, man. Love, man. I love everybody here, man. You feel me? Hey, this is my twin, if y'all don't know.
For
That's
sure.
the yin, I mean, that's the yin, that's the yang. That's
For
Goku
sure.
off of Vegeta, you feel me?
For sure.
All right, so,
Peace,
peace,
God.
God. I'm on that.
Yeah, I'm proud of the guy right there, man. He doing his thug thizzle, you feel me? I'm proud of the guy right there, man. He doing his thing, man. Gratitude, major gratitude, man. Major gratitude. We got a few more people that want to join. Let me it's a lot of questions. Let me jump into these questions real quick. I see a few people that want to join. It's a lot of people that want to join actually. Look, let me jump into these questions because it's a lot of questions over here that's being, ducked off. So let me answer a few questions, then we're gonna ask somebody else up in here real quick, man. I'm having a hard time with stop smoking weed. That's my biggest obstacle. Well, first and foremost, I'm proud of you, and I want to congratulate you for understanding and having that self-realization and self-accountability moment that, that is your biggest obstacle. And, that is something that you, of course, obviously you want to desire to stop doing. You're not really asking for suggestions, but, it wouldn't be me, to not give any suggestions that you could do. Is first and foremost, man, what you can do is delete that. What you can do is, man, is start, just slow it down. You know what I'm saying? Start setting goals, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to start setting goals. First and foremost, you got to understand, and understand that there is nothing outside of you that is more powerful than you. So when you say that, and again, we having this human experience. I completely understand it. I understand it. I understand it, that there are things on the external that will or may have the power, or we may give voluntarily the power of something outside of us more power than that's already inside of us. I completely get it. However, when we talk more about solution-based and not just a problem, you got to understand that there is nothing more powerful than you. There is nothing outside of you that is more powerful than you. So when you're saying that, well, I'm having a hard time stop smoking weed, or I'm having a hard time stop doing this, listen to what you're saying. Observe what not only you're saying, but observe what you're doing, right? Don't just be the experiencer, be the observer as well, right? What you're saying is that this external flower, this external substance has more power than the substance, than the God being that is already inside of me. First thing first, you got to understand that. You got to come to that realization. You got to come to that observant and understand that I'm giving this more power, because that is exactly what you're doing. You're giving this substance more power than it should have, 100%. So once you come to that self-realization and that self-accountability, now you can start implementing, taking your power back. Okay, you know what? I smoke, I do this, let's say 4 times a day. I'm going to cut down twice a day. I'm going to set a goal, and I'm going to make sure, because I understand that there is nothing more powerful than me. I'm going to make sure that I exceed the goal that I have, right? So, 1 brick a day. That's another thing, right? You got to give yourself grace, right? You got to give yourself grace, and you got to allow yourself to baby steps. You got to allow yourself to take 1 step at a time. 1 brick a day, you will eventually have a house. You got to allow yourself to build brick by brick by brick by brick. But first thing first, you got to come to that realization that I am giving this more power than the power that's already inside of me. Like I was saying to the God that was just on here a few moments ago when we were speaking about crystals, right? These crystals is nothing but tools to emphasize the power that is already inside of me. Can I use this crystal to emphasize it once again? Yes. However, guess what? I am giving this crystal power. I am giving this crystal meaning. I am giving this crystal purpose. So you got to understand that whatever you focus on and whatever you say that may have, that you have a problem, or you have difficulties getting over or overcoming, you're giving that more power. You're giving that more power than what it already is, than more power than yourself. So, you know, once you come to that realization, once you realize that, now you can start implementing solutions. But that's the first step. And y'all know me, I'm a solution based. However, I love to go to the root. See, we can look at the apples, we can look at the bad apples on a tree. However, we gotta dig into the roots and figure out, is there root rot going on, right? Is there any insects and bugs chewing on the roots that's not allowing this tree to cultivate the way it needs to cultivate, that is now resulting into these bad apples? So you got to understand that we got to get to the root of the issue. We got to be solution based. So it's not a problem, just an experience. Thank you, 100%. That is a great perspective to have. This is not a problem. This is just an experience. And this is an experience that I am giving more power. I am giving away more power than I should. This is an experience that I am focusing on more than I should. I pray I answered your question. Well, it wasn't a question, but you know, again, you know, you didn't ask for any suggestions or, you know, any enlightenment. But of course, like I said, it wouldn't be me for not giving any kind of solution-based tactics that you could implement. In the herbal healing class, is it interactive or pre-recorded videos of you teaching? So the herbal healing class is, unfortunately, it is pre-recorded videos. I would like it to be more interactive. You know what I'm saying? But you know, right now, yes, it's just pre-recorded videos of me teaching and breaking things down as far as the biology of the body and different herbs. Right now, we're breaking down the lymphatic system and what is included within the lymphatic system, and what is included inside the lymphatic system, such as the spleen, you know, the thymus gland, the lymphoids, you know, the white blood cells, and all of these other things. Like I said, I would like it to be more interactive, but you know, the platform that I chose, and you know, at that time, because I think I've had it for about a year, almost a year, something like that. You know, they don't, you know, it's not too interactive. So, you know, unfortunately it's not, but you know, it's all good though. You know, what I will say is that I appreciate the fact that, you know, those people that do sign, let's say if somebody sign up for the herbal healing class right now, they can always go back and they can really take their time with learning. They can take the information and they can go do their own research to add on to what I may have given. You know, that's one thing I can say that I do appreciate. So, you know, let me, I'm gonna answer a few more questions, then I'm gonna ask somebody on, y'all. Please be patient with me. I got you. Who is this? Oh, this is the Les. What did you do? What did you do before experiencing that ascension symptom? What did I do? I'm not sure. Are you asking as far as what did I do? What did I do to prepare for it, or what? Because before the ascension symptom that I had about 2 years ago, like I said, you know, I was cooking, you know what I'm saying? But I was cooking a lot of you know, highly processed vegan foods. You know what I'm saying? What else? You know, I wasn't meditating as much. I wasn't, you know, I was, well, no, I'm not gonna say that because I was definitely sitting with self a lot. Um, yeah, what I would say, man, it was just more so, it was more so when I had the ascension episode and ascension symptom after it went away, I just became more aware. Like I said, I became more aware to the chemicals. I became more aware to touch, feel, sight, hearing, you know, energy. Oh, before throwing up, what caused the ascension system you had? Oh, last Saturday. Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know what caused it. Like I said, before I ate what I ate that Saturday, right? You know, like I said, I was on Instagram. I was looking at people talking about they was raw and things, and I was like, well, I'm not there yet, 100%. And you know, hey, you know, I'm a God. You feel me? And my higher self, the DNA inside of me, my atoms reacted and was like, no, you gonna see. And so, you know, that's what I would say what happened. I will say that I was already innately thinking about like eating nothing but raw foods and you know, just nothing but raw, no cooked foods or whatever. But after I, you know, purged last Saturday and went through that ascension symptom, it was pretty much the awareness of, okay, you know, I can't, you know what I'm saying? I can't eat certain things. Like I can't. Even if I wanted to consume certain things, I just can't. Even if I wanted to watch something, I cannot watch this. Even if I wanted to listen to, I can't. You know what I'm saying? So what I will say is that what led up to that was pretty much I guess you could say the work that I've been putting in. You know what I'm saying? The spiritual work that I've been putting in, the shadow work that I've been putting in. You know what I'm saying? Becoming more aware, being more in solitude of meditation. You know what I'm saying? Talking more to self, talking more to the God in me, being more tapped into, you know, the my ancestors, my spiritual guides, my higher self, God, the universe, nature, studying nature. You know what I'm saying? I guess the seed was already planted and was ready. That boom. Yeah. That's, I guess you could say that's the shit. That's exactly what it was. The seeds was planted. It was ready to grow. And again, when I goes back to what I was speaking about earlier, you know, when your ascension is not voluntarily done, right? It becomes more so like, okay, you don't want to voluntarily do it. So the universe, the powers that be that govern, you know, that I would say that you're connected to, they make you ascend, you know. So yeah, Celeste, I pray I answered your question. Somebody asked, okay, holistic key, has your ascension ever caused you to distance yourself from family? Oh, what? 100%. What? 100%. If anything, that made me distance myself from a lot of people, even my close homies. Like, you know, like this goes back to the live I did a few months ago when I spoke about the power of being silent. And then I did a subcategory under that, understanding the power of being alone. You know what I'm saying? Excuse me. Of being alone. See, first and foremost, when you are alone, right? When you are alone and you're in silence and you cut off all distractions, you cut off the TV, you cut off the phone, you cut off social media, the music, right? You cut off the external environment, you cut off the projections and the fearfulness of your family members or your loved ones or the beings that just assisted you to come into this realm so you can achieve your whatever the case may be. When you cut off these distractions, right, you hear more of the important things. First and foremost, you hear your thoughts. You hear the thoughts that you've been ignoring. You hear the thoughts that you've been suppressing, right? By way of eating, by way of drinking, smoking, by way of distractions of the external world. You hear your heart chakra. You hear your heartbeat, right? You hear your frequency. You hear your vibration. You start facing the things that you naturally didn't want to face. So this is why also fasting is very important, because a lot of times the majority of individuals in the majority of society today, we eat and we're not even hungry. We're only eating based off of the emotional chemicals that are being secreted inside of our body. We're depressed, so we go eat. We're sad, so we go eat. We just had something bad happen or something that just redirected us and we're perceiving it as bad and we go eat something. Instead of facing those emotions, instead of facing the reality, right? And asking ourselves, how can I overcome this? Or asking ourselves, what opportunity or what lesson do I need to learn in this circumstance to propel me to my higher self, to show up to the best version of myself? This is why fasting is very important, because when you fast, right, you start, these feelings, these emotions become more forefront. Again, like the God said, right? Like the God who was just on earlier, right? When you fast, in a way, you kill the flesh. Your spirit, your soul becomes more forefront. So your emotions, because emotions is spiritual. They're manifested in the spiritual before the physical, and then they secreted by way of chemicals inside the body. So you're able to feel these emotions. I don't think y'all understand how many times I've cried on a 7-day fruit juice fast in my community. The 7-day fruit juice fast that I have on Telegram. I ain't gonna say I cried to them, but I'm just saying, like, during our 7-day fruit juice fast, I don't think y'all understand how many times I've cried. The first 2 to 3 days is boo. But after when I get to the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th day, all these emotions that I refuse to face, all these feelings and these emotions and these thoughts that I suppress by eating, that I suppress by listening to music, that I suppress by watching TV, by watching shows, that I suppress by just going out and smoking and drinking and, you know, just ignoring these things. So when you're on your ascension, and when you start fasting, you start doing things to connect one with spirit. When you start disconnecting to connect, you're going to have no choice but to distance yourself from certain individuals that do not align with your frequency. You're going to have no choice but to disconnect and disassociate yourself from individuals into your environment and circumstances and community that does not align with your frequency and vibration. You're going to have no choice but to do that. Why? Because now you're no longer looking out for an external reason or an external excuse or an external question or an external answer. You have no choice but to look within. I pray I answered your question. Being alone make you strong. Being alone make you strong. I'm telling you. I'm gonna answer one more question, then we're gonna ask somebody else on here real quickly to display. You feel me? Or to my mother. Damn. I'm sorry to hear that, Queen. Polly Starseed. I'm not sure if you want me to say this out loud. You know what I'm saying? You know, I don't know if you want me to say that to, you know what I mean? Of course, this is a safe space, but, you know, I don't know how exposed you would like to be, but, you know, based off what you just said, my condolences to you. You know, I'm truly sorry to hear that, Queen. I'm truly sorry to hear that. Yeah, my condolences. My heart go out to you, Queen. All right, so somebody asked, what experience made you dive deep into your spiritual journey? That's a great question, right? So first thing first, right? I want to, Twin, let me in so we can show there are still around. I got you, bro. I'm gonna let you in. After this question, I'm gonna let you in, God. I got you. So somebody asked, what experience made you dive deep into your spiritual journey? I'm gonna just keep it gangster with you. I've been on my spiritual journey, but it's been on a subconscious level. However, when I became more conscious about it, it was about 8.5 years ago now. It was when I was locked up. I was in prison, right? And what happened was is that you know, before I was locked up, you know, I was in you know, in a specific organization in my community, you know, partaking in certain activities, you know, that was not only self-destructive but also destructive to my community. But as I was locked up, you know, before I even got locked up, you know, I was big on like government conspiracies, whatever the case may be. And so when I was locked up, I was having this conversation with my bunkmate, and he mentioned this term as we was having a conversation. We throwing different conspiracies back and forth, whatever. And he had mentioned this term called GMO. And at this time, I didn't know what GMO was. He told me, but because I like to think for myself, when I actually got out, I was able to get on the computer and start researching, you know what I'm saying, what GMO was. And from there, you know, I was still eating my meats and my cheeses and things of that nature, but I was being more intentional about eating all organic, grass-fed. Now, the thing about it is, and the reason why I emphasize that, and that is what made me dive deep on a more conscious level, is because once I started intentionally paying attention to what I consume, as far as food, right? Specifically talking about food, information and enlightenment, wisdom and knowledge just started dropping into my life, just started dropping into my lap. And I'm just specifically talking about food. So, you know, more information about food started coming in. So I went from eating all organic to only eating chicken and my cheese, you know what I'm saying? Then more information. I'm talking about out of nowhere. I wasn't even looking this shit up. The information just started coming to me. So boom, I started. Now I'm eating just seafood. Now I'm vegetarian, you know, and then over time, I just, you know, I fully transitioned into vegan, you know, plant-based, and now a more natural eater. You know what I'm saying? And so the reason why I emphasize that, you know, majority of the time that people ask me is because, again, like I said earlier, when whatever you consume, only it has two powers, right? It has the power to either keep your DNA dormant, or it has the power to unlock your DNA. And when I started to intentionally start being intentional with what I consume, in a way, my DNA started to unlock, unwind, you know, the junk DNA that they say we have. And I started to do nothing but remember who I am. I started to remember who I am. So it's not necessarily what made me dive deep in my spiritual journey, because I was already neck deep. You feel me? I done been here for light years. You feel what I'm saying? I am the ending of the beginning, and I am the beginning of the end. I've been here. So my spiritual journey is deep. It's so deep that even the video that I'm gonna post tomorrow in the other community, the power of the 3, 6, and the 9, I'm not gonna say I had to dumb it down, but I had to do my best to not really dive too deep, because I didn't want to lose nobody. So my spiritual journey been deep. You feel me? It's just about me being aware of my spiritual journey. It's about me being aware of who I am, what I am, and remembering. That's all it's about. Charisma Thomas, I pray I answered your question. I do still struggle with cheese. You know, a lot of people struggle with cheese, and I'm gonna tell you why. And it's something that I learned for a while ago. The reason why a lot of people struggle with cheese is because cheese has this specific chemical that makes it addicting. It's called casein. This casein is an addictive chemical inside of cheese and inside of a lot of dairy products that makes you not want to get off. You feel me? So when you get off of when you try to or attempt to get off the cheese, you know what I'm saying? You try to goddamn mhm. So when you try to get off the cheese, you kind of have this thing of like what is it? Like withdrawals, because it's literally a chemical. So there's no offense taken, Firebomb. You all good. You just understand that me and you just have different understandings, overstandings, and understandings when it comes to you know, this specific reality. We got to also understand that we're experiencing similar realities, but our realities are different, right? So although your understanding of something is your understanding, that doesn't make it my understanding. But again, it's no offense taken, Queen. No, none taken. None taken. Are you Muslim or Christian? In case I missed it, I'm everything. I'm everything, and everything is me. All right, let's add somebody up in here real quickly. Split, man. It's a lot of people that want to join. I think I forgot. I forget the guy. I think it's Guy 1. Let me add Guy 1. Matter of fact, let me add Braytoven real quick. I'm gonna add Braytoven, and then we're gonna go Bray. Then I'm gonna add the other guy up in here. You said one. The goddamn, you know what I'm saying, woo, and we're gonna goddamn. You feel me? Hey, what's up, Queen? How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing amazing.
No, it's crazy the stuff that she was talking about, because that's exactly what I want to talk about when I got on here.
For real.
Really about what you consume, like when you're on your journey.
Mm-hmm.
Like for me personally, it's a whole lot of people. They be like, why we don't see you no more? Why you don't come hang out? Why you don't? I be outside
For
in
sure.
the yard, in the grass,
For sure.
with my
Fact.
water, just chilling, like soaking up the sun and getting information. I can't explain it to them. They don't get that.
Yeah.
But just doing all of that, and with social media, change my algorithm.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause I like
Ooh,
social.
the algorithm.
You got to change the algorithm.
Facts.
Like, I started like just unfollowing nonsense. Like, you unfollowing like the celebrities, unfollow drama pages that pop up, or I block. Yeah, I don't want to see it. It don't got nothing to do with me. So if it's not contributing to like your best self,
Out of there.
it ain't important. It's a distraction.
It's a distraction.
It's a distraction. And same with like the going out and partying and the drinking, same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I used to work at a bar, and just me being me, I'm always like off to myself. So I'm just sitting here like reading the room and just peeping everything, and like the energy that's there in that environment is just like I said, I can't explain that to them, but for me personally, you can't be around that.
Right.
If you one of those people and you know that the universe picked you,
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
When you know you one of them ones.
Like when you wake up, and glasses come off, you can't put them back on.
That's why I was speaking about earlier. Like when you going through these ascension symptoms and you start listening to yourself and you start realizing, even though you want to partake, you can't. You can't. Spirit not gonna let you. The powers that be not gonna let you. You can't. You can't even do the same things that other people do. You can't even do the same thing that the next person would do. Why? Because your consequences and repercussions are going to be much more severe than the next person. Why? Because you got entities, you got beings in high places that sent you down here for a reason. They not going to play with you, and they not going to allow you to play with yourself.
Facts. Like, I went out the other day. I was like, let me just get out and just go do something. And I ended up staying out late. And everything in my spirit was like, you're not even supposed to be here. Like, you know you're not supposed to be here. Like, you know that you're not supposed to be here. Like, it's not even fun for me no more. So, like, even with fasting, the mental clarity, the spiritual awareness that comes with that, and even being around other people too, like, you absorb, like me personally, I absorb people's energy. I feel it. If we're not on the same vibration, sad to say it, I can't afford to be around you.
Yeah. And
that's family, that's close friends. People like, I love y'all, but I gotta be around y'all in moderation, because I know what frequency I'm on. I know what my soul purpose is, and what my sisters. You can't get off track.
Yeah. That's a fact. You can't expect to heal from something yet still be around the same things you're trying to heal from.
Right.
And one thing about it is something that I learned about myself, about being a healer, because I'm into herbs and all of these things, is that what you just mentioned a few moments ago. You were saying, well, I absorb energy, and that's something that I had to master. I had to learn how to not absorb energy, but observe it. Yeah. Because once you absorb the energy, it becomes you. So now you at home, you got these thoughts, you got these emotions. You like, bro, I was just happy 5 minutes ago. What the f is this?
This ain't even
not even me. So, I had to learn. I'm just saying this, based on what you just said, and to other communities to other people that's in this community that it may resonate, is that, let's learn to not absorb the energy, but observe it. Because you never know that you could be that vessel that can be utilized by the powers that be to help the next person ascend. But because, we may have the perspective that, well, I don't want to absorb this energy, or you got this kind, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, like, we still got to be in that space of love and that space of serving others, because we're nothing but reflections.
Yeah.
So we still got to be in that space of loving and serving, and be in a space of, okay, I'm not going to absorb it, but I'm going to observe it. You know what I mean? Now from there, of course, we can use our discernment and be like, okay, you're not really listening. You don't give a fuck. Let me, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I just wanted to build off that way. So based off what you just said, you know.
It's crazy that you said that, because I was just writing in my journal earlier today and last night about mirroring. And it's not necessarily that we absorb all of the energy too. It's a lot of stuff really just be triggering us. I think I'm so hell bent on peace now. Like, I'm like, I found it. I don't want to mess it up. And it by myself, but in the real world, you can't just be alone all the time.
Facts.
Being around people now, it's like there'll be things about them that I can't anymore. I'm like, I'm quick to write it off as, well, I'm more aware of it now, but quick to write it off as this reminding me of the old me. I don't need to be around it. But at the same time, it's not just that. It's triggering something that still exists inside of me. Stuff that's irritating me the most about you are the same exact qualities within myself. You just showing me what it is that I need to work on now. Because if you were the problem, that person was the problem, I wouldn't be upset.
Facts.
So,
and then not even that, and just to build off of that, that was beautiful what you just said. However, also to build off of that, based off, you know, what you learning, that it's like, okay, now I can't just reject that, or I can't just, you know, back up from that. You know, also learning how to embrace that, right? Because what you just said reminds me of my shroom trip 2 years ago, right? There was something that was going on before my trip, and once I, you know, took the shrooms and I'm having this enlightenment and I'm coming to this awareness, I just start breaking down crying, right? And I start breaking down crying because I'm trying to figure out, like, how could I be so ignorant? How could I be so naive to not see the things that I needed to see? Yeah. And so what happened was I went into the bathroom, right? And I blew my nose, right, in this towel. And so before I blew my nose in a towel, you know, I'm on my knees, I'm crying, I'm boohoo crying, I'm saying I'm sorry. Energetically, I'm saying I'm sorry to the being whom I need to say I'm sorry to, but I'm also saying energetically saying sorry to myself, the inner child in myself. Oh, for sure. And that needed somebody to listen, and that needed somebody to hear me. And so I grabbed the towel and I blew my nose in this towel. However, when I blew my nose in this towel, some people would look at that as like, well, you're just blowing snot. Me, it was me purging, but it was an energetic purge. And so when I blew my nose in this rag, I threw it down and I looked at it in disgust. And not that because it was mucus in it, but because how could I embody the energy of not observing and being aware of what was being communicated to me? However, this is where the epiphany came in, is that as I was laying in my bed, deciphering the trip, I shot up and realized, like, I gotta go pick that towel back up. I have to go pick that energy back up and embrace it. Because if I don't embrace that energy is going to stay there for eternity, that has never been embraced. It's going to stay right there crying, saying I'm sorry, because there's nothing to embrace it. There is nothing to give it love. There is nothing to say it is okay, but you're learning. Yeah. So I had to go pick that towel back up, and I had to speak over that towel. And it's me speaking over that energy that I just blew into that towel, that purging energy, and say, it's okay. Yeah. And I had to embrace it and show it love. So, you know, just based off what you said, it's just, you know, it just reminded me of that episode I had of my realization. So
I had a similar shroom trip. It wasn't as intense as that though, but it took hours for it to like actually affect me. And I was with my friends when I did it, but like, don't drive off it. And I was like, okay, I'll wait. And hours went by. I'm like, y'all, I'm going home at this point. It's like 3:00 in the morning. And I finally when I got in my bed and I laid down, it hit me. And I was like, maybe I just didn't need to be around people to what it is that I'm about to feel. Yeah. Like, it took me back to like you said, like to childhood. And that was the day that changed my life, because it made me so aware of why I was the way I was. And just like, you know, with parents and how you grow up and the people around us, but also reminding me to be aware of these people are broken children too.
Mm.
And expect the people around us to be perfect, like how we try to see them to be. Like they going through stuff just like us. They healing through stuff how we are, and they didn't really have the awareness, or probably didn't really even, you know how people when they older than us, they don't think that they have nothing wrong with them. To even heal. So like now, like that kind of kicked it off of me. Like I'm like, I gotta get to the bottom of this. I gotta fix it. And the amount of tears that I have cried since then, like so to this day, I break down. I'm like, girl, why are you crying? But as far like the further you go on your journey, the more you unlock about yourself. And when you are that aware of yourself, you don't have a choice but to fix it.
Yeah.
Because you can't sit with it. It's gonna make you uncomfortable. And I feel like now I'm 25, and the person who I am now and the person who I am becoming, she is quite literally the person that I needed when I was a kid.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
I literally looked in the mirror the other day and I bawled crying, and I was like, you are all right. Like, you are all right. Everything is good. Like, and I had to affirm myself and talk to myself in the same way that I wish somebody would have talked to me. I didn't have an older sister. I was the only child until I was about 15. So all of the work that I'm doing, because I have a little sister and she's 11, and I'm like, I know what I was going through at that age. People don't think kids go through stuff, but kids go through stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm doing all of this work not only for myself but for her too, because now you got me to with this advice. And now I don't have to wait until you come to me. I can just come to you and open up these conversations. And not just for her, but for my kids. Like,
wow.
It's like, y'all gonna have to get the best version of me. Like, I'm not gonna be perfect, but I'm not passing down my trauma to y'all. And yeah, so with I tried now, like, it's been like God been talking to me. He like, girl, all right. I always knew that all of the things that I've been through in life was I'm like, the story not just for you. Like, you need to talk about this. Like, you need to talk about this stuff, and people need to hear it. And it don't matter what nobody else think. Like, somebody is going to get something from it. And if it's just one person, I help, and I just did my purpose. So like, I'll try to get on and I'll post on live sometimes, or I'll make videos and reels and stuff. And even with my business, I put all my energy into my business. I make crystal jewelry and all of that. And like, I put my all into that. I'm like, because people need that, and people need to remember who they are. Like, I know who I am, and every day I'm remembering who I am through my healing. I'm a healer. People come to me and they tell me all their life story and their business, and they be like 40 asking me for advice. I'm like, girl, you are like my mama age. But the age is an illusion.
Yeah, exactly.
So
yes. Wow. That is amazing. That right there reminded me of this right here. Like, the man and the father that I am to that little boy right now is literally the masculine energy that I needed for myself. And you know, just a transparent moment when I was speaking about that trip that I had, in that moment that I had in the bathroom on my knees crying, saying I'm sorry, was my realization of, you know, me being a more aware and a conscious father to my son, and me apologizing to him, because he wasn't with me, of course, at that time. But like I said, I'm apologizing to him on an energetic level, and I'm also apologizing to the inner child in myself, because when I was a child, you know what I'm saying, I needed somebody to listen to me. I needed somebody to hear me. I needed somebody to understand me. So when I came to that realization, you know, after that trip 2 years ago, I made sure that I was a more aware and conscious parenting when it comes to my child. And when I say, like, it has been life-changing, like healing, like I'm literally healing the inner child within myself through him by showing up to be the best version and the best father that I can be for him.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a very powerful thing, man. Being an aware parent is one of the best feelings that you never knew you needed.
Right.
So,
but the last thing I wanted to say is to whoever is watching, like, heal your traumas, and it is hard.
Yeah.
Like, it seems like it's this peaceful thing, in which it is, but it is so hard. It's gonna get harder before it gets easier.
Yeah.
And it's easier, you just get so used to doing it that it don't really phase you no more. But in your healing, you find your purpose, and you know who you are, and I would say, don't look at where you are as you're not where you're supposed to be at, because your expectations and God's plan for you is two totally different things.
Yeah.
At the mission of where you are, like, what are you supposed to learn? And when things happen to you, look at, what is this trying to teach you? Because nothing is a coincidence. No interaction is a coincidence. Nothing is a coincidence. Everything is a lesson, and you have to be conscious and aware of it. Like, people fly by the days like clockwork, like it's nothing. And we repeating the same cycles, and we going through the same things. And we need to have these conversations with people, with our friends, with our family, and all of that, because a lot of the stuff that I went through, I didn't know I had cousins going through the same things, or I had other people going through the same things until I said something. And they was relating. And I'm like, you know how many mistakes I could have not made if we had conversations? So, yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Gratitude, Queen. I truly appreciate you for sharing your story, your journey, like, because not only did I need to hear it, of course, the community, whomever in the community needed to hear it. So I truly appreciate you. I thank you for being a part of the community, because like I always say, without the community, there is no community. So I truly appreciate you. I honor you. I respect you, and I value you. Thank you so much.
It was nice talking to you.
Gratitude. Go ahead. Have a good one.
Highway.
That was beautifully shared right there, man. Hey, listen, I don't know about y'all, but the energy since this live has started, it's been almost 2.5 hours. This energy, man, has been amazing, man. Like, it's been very healing. It's been very healing. It's been very enlightening, very self-aware. The energy in this live, man, is, man. Let me see. Let me add somebody else up in here real quick, man. Man. And then y'all got so many questions, so many great questions. Let me see. Let me jump into the questions real quick, man. Somebody said, how do I change my relationship with money and step out of this poverty mindset? First thing first, you got to understand that everything is manifested spiritually before it is manifested physically. So with you right now, who is this? Angelina Marie. And forgive me if I said that name wrong. Well, first thing first, you got to understand that with you saying that you have a poverty mindset, that is then going to manifest into your reality. So the first thing first is reprogramming your subconscious mind by affirmations and confirmations, by telling yourself that you are abundant, by telling yourself that you are successful, by telling yourself that which you desire desires you, by telling yourself that what's for you will not miss you and what's truly yours will never leave. That's first thing first. You got to reprogram the subconscious mind, because the subconscious mind controls the conscious mind. The conscious mind controls your thoughts. Your thoughts controls your actions. Your actions then controls your reality. So that's first thing first. Reprogram the subconscious mind from the poverty mindset to an abundant mindset. You have to believe that you are abundant. Money is nothing. Money is just a piece of paper. It's easy to make money. And I know some people will say, well, that's easier said than done. No, it is easy to make money. But because of the limiting programming and the limiting conditioning that we've been bestowed upon based off this society, right? We believe that, oh, money is hard to make, or money is easy to make. See, I expect things to work out for me, and so they do. I expect things to work out for me, and so they do. Because we understand, and understand the power of the 3, 6, and the 9. I'm gonna say that one more time. See, I expect things to work out for me, and so they do. I am abundant. I am prosperous. I am successful. That which I desire desires me. That which I desire, I deserve. That which I desire is already mine. That's one thing. You have to reprogram the subconscious mind. That is the first step to improving any relationship when it comes to money. Money is nothing but currency, meaning that it is going to forever flow. It is going to forever. Money is the easiest thing to make. But the most difficult thing is reprogramming the subconscious mind to believe that the money is already yours. Believing that success is already yours, that abundance is already, you're already abundant. See, when you love what you have all that you need. See, once you wake up, right? Not wake up, forgive me for saying that. Once you rise and you look at your surrounding and your environment and you're not grateful, you're not thankful for what you have, because it could be worse. Once you get out of the mode and the mindset of stop counting the blessings and the abundance that you already have, you start to create the poverty mindset within yourself beyond the limiting conditioning and the programming of this society. You're implementing and self-inflicting the poverty mindset on yourself by not being thankful for what you have right now, for not being grateful for what you have right now, for not loving the things that you have. See, when you love what you have all that you need. And so, although you can be grateful for what you have, you can also desire more. That is completely okay. You can be grateful for what you have, and it's also okay to desire more. But you have to understand that which you desire desires you, meaning that it's not you that wants a great relationship with money. It's the money that wants a great relationship with you. It's not abundance that wants a great relationship with you. I mean, it's not you that wants a great relationship with abundance. It is abundance that want a great relationship with you. You got to reprogram the subconscious mind to believe that which you desire desires you. Then you got to reprogram the subconscious mind and understand that which you desire is already yours. That's why I always say the greatest nation that we have is our imagination. Once you can sit down and you can meditate and you can imagine the life that you desire, that only means a few things. The life is already yours, the life is already happening in a parallel universe, or the life can be achieved. But the thing about it is you have to believe. Nah, fuck that. You have to know. Fuck a belief. Fuck a faith. You have to know that this reality is mine. And by reprogramming the subconscious mind, by reprogramming the conscious minds, your thoughts and your actions and your reality, you also reprogram your reality and you start tapping into parallel universes, which is your imagination, that already exists. You start tapping into that parallel universe where the life that you desire, you're already in alignment to achieve it. You're already in alignment to experience it. Fuck having a great relationship with money. Money needs to have a great relationship with you. You need to tell money, nigga, you tripping for not being with me. You know what I'll do with you? I'm not gonna spend you on frivolous things. I'm going to invest you. I'm going to multiply you. I look at money as I look at money as a football team. The less teammates that I have on my football team, the more games that I'm going to lose. So if my first string of players get hurt and I don't have a second string, backup money, if I don't have a third string, savings, if I don't have a fourth string, the shoebox money, if I don't have a fifth string, the investments, how am I going to win the games? How am I going to win in life? But you have to first reprogram the subconscious mind. I pray I answered your question. Yeah, hey, yeah, man. Y'all better speak them affirmations. That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Y'all better speak them affirmations. Speak them confirmations, man. Shit already yours, man. Shit already yours, man. Stop acting like you gotta understand, overstand, and understand that abundance is your birthright. How dare you come into this 3D realm in a fucking vehicle? You are a spirit and soul being, and you come into a flesh vehicle and get programmed into believe that you're not supposed to be abundant. You are a walking trillionaire. You are a walking trillionaire. Your melanin, your the crystals inside of your pineal gland is fucking priceless. They digging up crystals trying to sell it back to us when we are the walking crystal. How dare you believe that abundance is not your birthright? Then you got to understand that abundance is nothing that you need to manifest. Abundance is forever present. It's a currency. Abundance is forever present. What you got to do is, again, reprogram the subconscious mind. What you got to do is believe that you're already abundant. What you got to do is speak abundance into your reality. Every thought, every action, every word spoken shifts you in parallel universe and gets you to allow certain realities that you keep a shifting in. So if you want to experience another reality, control this. I know a lot of people don't want to talk about meditation and, oh, I don't want to sit there and sit there and, man, listen, okay, all right. But understand, when you sit down and you meditate and you tap into that quiet mind, you tap into the subatomic field. You tap into the unifield where all possibilities exist. And by doing this, you're able to pull out every possibility, any possibility. This is your imagination, the greatest nation we have, class. The greatest nation we have is our imagination. I need somebody to say this to your neighbor. I'm going to finish this. I need somebody turn to your neighbor real quick and say, the greatest nation we have is our imagination. I'm going to give y'all time to say this to y'all neighbor because there's 130 people up in here. I need somebody to say this to your neighbor. Turn to your neighbor and say, the greatest nation we have is our imagination. So when you sit down and you meditate and you tap into the subatomic field, you tap into the unifield and you pull these infinite amount of possibilities and you act upon them, you now shift into different realities, into different parallels, universes that you want to experience. There we go. I was finna say, I don't see nobody talking to their neighbor. Ain't nobody turned their head and said nothing to their neighbor. Okay, there we go. I see something now. All right. There we go. Come on, y'all. Abundance is your birthright. You got to believe that you're abundant. So I pray I answered your question. There we go. Okay. I see some heads turning. I see some communication going on. All right. Let me see. Let me ask somebody else up in here real quick to split. You feel me? We're going to get right real quick. Let me see. I know God said he wanted to come up in here real quick. Let me add him up in here. There we go. For sure. For sure.
Peace, God.
Peace, God. How you doing, man?
Man, first I want to start off and just say gratitude, man. Like, I'm grateful for this moment. Cause like I just want to say like you really like inspired me. Like for real.
For sure.
Like, gratitude.
Bro.
But question I want to ask is the importance of breath work. How important is breath work and how can you utilize breath work? You know, because I know like whenever I breathe in a certain like pattern and rhythm, it's a way of thinking that, you know what I'm saying, that surge in my mind. Like say I'm just breathing like like just regularly, like it's a way of thinking that happens. Like so can you just tell me like how you can utilize breath
Well,
work?
you said when you do that, you said something happens.
Yeah, I'm saying like when you breathe like a certain type of way in a certain rhythm,
Mm-hmm.
it's like I don't know how to explain it. It's like a certain way of thinking shifts because I become more in the present moment and
Oh,
conscious.
yeah, 100%. So first and foremost, right, when it comes to breathing, right, what I tell my community is like when you're breathing and you're doing breath works, depending on what breath work you're doing, I advise breathing in your nose and out of your nose. And the reason why is because when you breathe in your nose and you breathe out your mouth, right, it kind of becomes an uncontrollable release. And that's not what we want. You know what I'm saying? We want to be able to control the breath, because when you're able to control the breath, you're able to control the flesh. And, you know, we're spirit and soul beings first.
Mm-hmm.
Next, and I'm going to answer your question, but, you know, I like to break it down. The next thing next, when I tell my community to breathe, I don't just tell them to breathe within their chest. Breathe deep within the abdomen. The reason why is because when you're breathing within your chest, you're only using maybe utilizing 10 to 15% of your lungs. You're not utilizing the entire capacity of your lungs. So when you breathe deeper within your abdomen and then you fill up the chest, you utilize the full capacity of your lungs. And a lot of people don't understand that over 70% of detoxification method is within the breath. It's within the lungs, because of course it brings more oxygen, releases more carbon dioxide, and, you know, do those levels. Now, as far as breathing breath works and utilizing these breath works, what I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, but what I believe what you're attempting to explain is that utilizing certain breath works, what it does is that it activates certain DMT chemicals inside the brain that allows you to have certain spiritual experiences. Is that what you were saying?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's exactly what.
Yeah, so 100%. And so when you're utilizing breath works, like you were saying, when you're becoming more present, it's just all about focus. That's it. It's just all about focus. So when you're utilizing breath work, you're focusing on your breath. Remember, your breath is what connects the spirit and your flesh. You know what I'm saying? So with you being able to breathe and focus on breath does nothing but, of course, it makes you more present. You know what I'm saying? It taps you more into spirit. It taps you more into soul. And again, once you become more present, you're able to tap into different unifields in a subatomic field.
Does it is it a way like you could tap into like thought? Does it helps you better tapping into thought?
What you mean as far as controlling your thoughts?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Meditation, period, does that.
Great.
But the thing is that, you know, people go into meditation and, you know, they expect to get results like that. You get over time, you got to do this. You know what I'm saying? You got over time, you know, you got to understand that the thing about it is when it comes to thoughts, right? You got to understand that our brain are receptors and receivers, right? We receive information from our brain, receives information, and it gives out information. What that means is this. Basically, your brain is nothing but another Wi-Fi box. It's nothing but another Bluetooth, right? I can talk to you through telepathy. That's Bluetooth, right? I'm able to send thoughts to your mind. That's Wi-Fi. So when it comes to thoughts, self-awareness is the first most important thing. And the reason why is because you will start having like the goddess that was just on here, and you know, when we were speaking about different emotions and being aware of emotions, being aware of thoughts, they tie together, because your thoughts 9 times out of 10, them thoughts are probably not yours, because our brains they receive information. Them thoughts are probably not yours. They're probably someone else's. These thoughts are probably the thoughts are probably being constructed and orchestrated by the 5D, or, you know, the other man-made electrical currents that are misfiring different neural pathways inside our brain that sets off these thoughts that's not ours. So that's first thing first, being aware of these thoughts. And by being aware is, of course, back to cutting off distractions, back to being in silent, back to meditation, right? So now you're aware of like, okay, well, nah, these thoughts are not mine. right? But when you're in meditation and these thoughts are coming and you're no longer the experiencer, but you're the observer of the thoughts. So when you're in meditation, it's not you're experiencing the meditation, but you want to tap into the 5D and the 4D of actually being the observer of the individual in meditation. And you want to watch the thoughts go. See, these thoughts, you got to look at when you're in meditation, you got to look at these thoughts as clouds in the sky, right? You can look up right now, look at a cloud, right? In about 5 seconds, it's going to be a whole new cloud. Meaning that you got to allow these thoughts to come and you got to allow these thoughts to go. Because the brain is a very tricky thing. But once you continue to sit in meditation, eventually the flesh is going to give up and the spirit and soul is going to become more forefront and you're going to be able to be. See, we got to understand that the flesh wants to do, but the soul just wants to be. You know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Makes absolutely sense, man. Great.
So yeah, just continue doing the breath works, continue sitting in meditation, and over time, you're going to be able to control your thoughts. Over time, and the most powerful thing when it comes to controlling your thoughts is that now you could be washing dishes and still be in that meditative state, not thinking about anything. But the most powerful thing about staying in that meditative state with no matter what you do is now you're able to tap into, because you are God, you're able to tap into your own solar energy. And you're able to now utilize your thoughts to bring forth whatever you want to experience in this reality. That's the most powerful thing about meditation, the most powerful thing about controlling your thoughts. And it also ties in with meditation, because if your mind is so turbulent, if you have 5 different thoughts going off at one time, and then right after those 5 different thoughts, you got 10 more coming in, how can you ever focus on something that you want to manifest? How can you ever bring forth something that you want to bring into this reality? So that's why meditation, breath work is very important. Just keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? And, you're just going to become more skilled at it.
Yeah, because that's like my main thing, like that I'm trying to like just master in life is just like my mind, because that's all there really is. All is mine, So.
Facts. See, they say the greats master the body, but the greatest master the mind.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
For sure. Hey, look, man, I appreciate you for tapping into the community, man. I appreciate you. Like I always say, without the community, there is no community. So I truly honor you, and I truly appreciate you for being a part of the community, bro.
Man, I appreciate
Gratitude.
you, man. Keep doing, you reaching young guys out here like me. You know what I'm saying? I'm 16 years old, you know what I'm saying? So it's just nothing but gratitude towards you, man.
Sure. Listen, I want you to know, bro, I'm not doing nothing but helping you remember who you already are, bro. That's it. That's it. I appreciate you, God. Have a good one.
You too, God.
Peace.
Peace.
Y'all got to understand, overstand, and understand. I'm not here. I'm not doing nothing but helping you remember who you are. That's it. I'm nothing but a reflection of you, and vice versa. Oh, let me add the God on here, man. What's popping, Brody? Let me add the God on here real quick, man. Yo.
Sir, you already.
Peace, God.
I'm me, the Sansel, bro. Keep doing what you're doing, bro. We got the minds, bro. You know what I'm saying? I was even seeing when you was talking about the affirmations.
Yeah.
And I was like, bro, I gotta burn me some Sansel and play me some affirmations, because the subconscious mind is so powerful, bro. Like, it's like people are scared to manifest because they don't know how to tap into the subconscious mind.
Reprogram.
It's that subconscious fact. It's that subconscious mind that allows you to really feel worthy of things. In order to be worthy of becoming whatever you want to be in life, you have to actually feel like you deserve it.
Exactly.
That's all about your values. So I like how you promote like saying different words, like, you know, us explaining about affirmations, because playing affirmations is going to really program your mind to attract success. And that's
100%.
something I feel like in the community, something that we need is affirmations. Like knowing ourselves, loving ourselves on a subconscious level. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. And you know, even on my end, like reprogramming my 8 years ago, bro. 8 years ago, I took 2 years off everything. I'm talking about social media, everything. This was 8 years ago for 2 years. So this was about 6 years ago, bro. 2 years straight, bro. I was listening every single day when I rise, during the day, before I rest. I'm listening to nothing but actual affirmations, right? And what my intentions was to reprogram the subconscious mind. But the most powerful thing about when you reprogram the subconscious mind is that once you start feeding yourself these affirmations and these confirmations on a daily basis, it's going to be a time where it's going to come in a time where you're no longer going to necessarily need that external confirmation and affirmation. The reason why is because now you're going to develop the ability to actually become that affirmation, because again, your subconscious mind controls your conscious mind. Conscious mind control your thoughts, which controls your actions, would then reflect in your reality. So once you reprogram the subconscious mind, you're able to actually become those affirmations and confirmations, which then will result in your reality. So reprogramming the subconscious mind is one of the most powerful things with alignment, period. And it's a reason why when we watch these shows and we watch these cartoons, we don't necessarily pick up on things because they're not catered to our conscious, right? They're catered to our subconscious. And the reason being is because the whole programming of our subconscious mind is so now when we are doing certain things in our reality, right, on a automatic level, on a zombie state, yet we're not observant of these actions. So once we start looking at these actions from an observant point of view, we can start asking ourselves, why did I do that? Where did that even come from? Like, for an example, like children, right? Children, they watch certain cartoons, right? They watch certain cartoons, yet they come home and they do certain things. And yet we start asking ourselves and we start asking our children, where you learn that from? They don't even know where they learned it from. Why? Because the cartoons is not catered to the consciousness, it's catered to the subconscious, because the subconscious is what's over 98% of our actions. So man, it's a very deep thing when you start really learning about it and you start diving in, but 100%.
Yes, sir. I'm telling you, that's that knowledge, like, for real, because it's like people nowadays, when they enter a relationship, they want those affirmations from other people, from their partner. They want it from people, but they don't give it to themselves. Why is that?
Wow.
That's something I don't understand. Like, people who crave everything from their partner, but they can't tell themselves, you are that nigga, you are that queen, you are that goddess. So it's like, it starts from talking to yourself.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And also not letting other people, not caring about what anyone thinks about you. Because when you care about what other people think about you, what that does, it creates blockages within your throat chakra, and it also creates blockages within your sacral chakra.
Yeah.
Because sacral chakra is all about your worth. If you don't know your worth, nothing matters. You have to know your worth.
Facts.
And you know your worth.
Yeah. You gotta love yourself before you can love anybody else. I can't expect someone to love me how I want to be loved if I can't love myself how I want to be loved. I can't expect somebody to give something to me that I'm not even giving to myself.
Yeah, that's a fact, man. But I ain't gonna hold us too long. I know other people want to join in. Shout out to all the guys and goddesses. Yeah, but I'm gonna let you go, bro. You say it, man.
Please, God, I appreciate you for tapping in, bro.
Sure.
Gratitude. What if you're scared of your power? That's something that you're gonna have to face, Lewis. T. Lewis. That's something that you're going to have to face yourself. You could be scared of your power, but you can be brave. You can be brave. You're going to have to face that. You're going to have to face that head on. Why are you scared of your own power? You are a god. You are a goddess. There's nothing more powerful than you. Why are you, if you saying that you're scared of your own power is also saying that you're scared of God. You saying that you're scared of God is saying that you're scared of nature. You saying that you're scared of nature is you saying that you're scared of the universe. How can you be scared of something that you already are? Brave or egotistic? Let's see. What other questions y'all got? Somebody asked, so random, how do you handle your finances and budgets? Like, how do you go about doing it? I know they don't teach it in class, and the Black community suffers from finances the most. What are your keys to financial freedom? First and foremost, my keys of financial freedom is don't spend my money on everything and anything that I see and that I may like for a moment. I don't emotionally spend. I've been an entrepreneur for 8 years, so but to keep it gangster with you, majority of my money is either saved or is back investing into my businesses. That's first thing first. However, when it comes to finances and financial freedom and learning about finances, listen, I'm going to keep it gangster with y'all. Right now, we got 3 free schools. We got Google, we got YouTube, and we got TikTok. TikTok, and actually it's YouTube, TikTok, then Google, because TikTok is actually beating Google in searches. So those are the 3 schools, you know what I'm saying? You can goddamn, you feel me? You can look up them 3 schools and goddamn enroll into them 3 schools. All you got to do to enroll into them 3 schools, all you need is an email. You feel me? Probably a little password. You feel me? Just make sure you got a password that you can remember. Probably write it down in your notes. Boom. You got your school right there. You can start looking shit up. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? What? I love my people, but my people will kill me. Is that too loyal, or is that me just being royal? I don't know. Are you singing a song right now? T. Lewis, I love my people, but my people will kill me. Is that too loyal, or is that me being royal? If you feel like the individuals around you is going to kill you, I don't think that's loyal at all, because if anything, you're being disloyal to yourself. You feel me? So yeah, yeah. You know what I'm saying? I know why I hints when I'm scared, for sure. I pray I answered your question. Let me ask somebody else up in here real quickly. Split. Boom. Come on up here, Celeste, real quick, man. What you got going on, Celeste? What's popping? Probably I'm gonna try to add probably like 2 more people up in here real quick. You know what I'm saying? Before we get up out of here.
Hey,
What's up, Queen? How you doing?
what up? I'm not gonna be too loud because my daughter's sleeping in the background. But I did want to touch up on the ascension topic.
Mm-hmm.
So I was rereading the page in The Power of Now. For those of you guys who haven't got it, get it now. $3 on Amazon. Okay, so this is all aligning in right timing, right? You're talking about ascension. I had read this earlier today, and on page 98, it was mentioning something about how being is complete, but at the same time, in this dimension, it's not complete. So it's going through a process of development. So the question was, does God need time for personal growth? And he answers it by saying, he quotes one of Jesus' parables. He says, of the lost son who So this process is explained by Jesus in his parable of the lost son, who leaves his father's home, squanders his wealth, becomes destitute, and then is forced by his suffering to return home. And when he does, his father loves him even more than before. And that, to me, made me compare it to ascension in terms of, yes, being is completeness, right? So if you're being, your existence is perfection, and that's love. But every time you experience these sufferings or imperfections or experiences and lessons, and you ascend, you become more loved than you were loved before. And I think that just like blew my mind, because it's like, if you're already loved because you're a being of love, it's like, damn, how do you have more love than that? But I don't know, that to me, I'm gonna be thinking about that, letting it marinate for some time.
Yeah, you know, that's a very interesting, and I believe I got that same passage underlined in my book as well, because from my perspective and my perception of that is, in a way, being full, however, also emptying yourself and being nothing.
I forgot about that part, the being nothing. I gotta let that marinate.
That's just my perspective, though.
Being full and let that, but being nothing at the same time. But being nothing, that's when you attract everything.
Needing nothing attracts everything.
Needing nothing attracts everything.
Because all you need is self. When you know self, when you love self, when you love the things that you have all that you need. And when I say that, I'm speaking about self, right? Because all the power is within self. Anything external, you give it power, right?
Right.
So you wanting money, you're giving that money power. You know what I'm saying? When you wanting food, you're giving that food power. When you're wanting to do anything or needing anything, you're giving that power, yet the power is already inside of you.
So don't want it, or just don't need it.
No, don't need it. Because see, when you need it, you're now attached to it. See, you can want anything 100%. Like, that's why I say, that's why I was saying, like, when I was breaking down the powers of manifestation, see, you can be grateful and appreciate the things that you have now, yet you can also desire more 100%. However, when you feel the need to want more, now you attach to it. And whatever you're attached, you then start to force it, which then repels it even more. So it's not me, okay, I don't need it, but I want it, I desire it.
Right. You know, sometimes I actually, like, when I want to manifest something, I don't know, this is going to sound weird, but depending on when I'm ovulating, that directly affects my sexual energy. And when my sexual energy is high, like, I don't know, class, everybody, tone, like, you ever get into one of those, like, your sexual energy is so high that you be feeling yourself, like, you feel like you are the seducer. I feel like that's the easiest time to attract and manifest, because I'm like, I'm seducing the money. Like, the money wants me.
Exactly.
But then it's the other times when I'm not in that overly sexual drive that I'm like, fuck my life.
So,
This is
even just to touch on that, on that perspective, as far as, you ovulating, that is a time for a woman's most creative time of the month, because again, when you're ovulating, that means, there are hormones and chemicals being released within the woman that is ready to conceive, that is ready to create. So you tapping into that energy, like I always say, the sexual energy is the most potent creative energy there is. So with you tapping into that and harnessing that ovulation period, that creative, that divine creative period, you're able to transmute that energy and redirect it and actually create whatever or whomever you want to create. So yeah, you know, there's nothing, it don't sound weird at all. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what I teach in my class with my men. You know what I'm saying? When we're in the act of self-pleasing, or when we're in the act of, you know, engaging with our partner and not releasing, boom, once you not release, you can harness that solar energy, that creative semen, that creative energy, transmute it and redirect it to a more productive route of creating the life that you want to create.
So do you think that well, obviously generally speaking, men usually have more like sex energy than women. Obviously there's women that do have more sexual energy than men. But so maybe then men are better than women at manifesting because of their sex drive?
100%. Nobody's better than neither. What I will say is that for women, it's a lot easier. And the reason why I say that is because first and foremost, right, women are more connected on a natural level to the spiritual realm, 100%, right? And another reason why is because when we're specifically talking about the sexual energy, the divine creative energy, when a woman orgasm, you're not releasing anything. And I'm not just talking about those that squirt or cream or nothing like that. I'm just speaking about ejaculation, right? Women do not ejaculate. You have full body orgasms, meaning that you're not necessarily releasing any creative energy, right? Your energy is pretty much for you being a woman in itself. Your creative energy is already being recycled inside of your body. So you being able
That's interesting.
Yeah, you being able to know that and being aware of that, now you can tap into that energy and actually manifest your reality. But the thing about men is that we have to practice ejaculation control or semen retention. We have to get out of the program of trying to catch a nut or just to have sex, and utilize our creative energy and not just release our energy. You know what I'm saying? Release our solar energy. I always say that, you know, for a man to ejaculate other than to create, it is a waste of life force. So if you're ejaculating just because it may feel good, that is a waste of life force and solar energy that you can be cultivating and transmuting and harnessing to be able to bring forth whatever you desire in your reality. So honestly, neither women nor men, nobody's more powerful than the other. It's just women, it's much more easier because a woman, you know, it's easier for y'all to control y'all sexual urges. For men, it's not, because we wasn't programmed like that. We was programmed to go pull up some porn and get some lotion. You know what I'm saying? So
Facts.
Yeah.
That's a fact. Honestly, this is like my second week of fasting for Ramadan, and I just want to share a background with everybody. The first week is always the hardest for me because I'm over here fighting myself like, why am I like blocking myself from pleasure? Why am I not allowing myself to smoke a blunt real quick or have this cup of coffee and eat whatever I want? Man, do I really need to fast? Like, I have this is like trying to negotiate with me, and I'm like, I'm not negotiating. So I keep going. And as I'm fasting, we already discussed this before, but I just want to let the class be conscious that definitely ascension is directly tied to fasting, because when you're eating, you have scattered energy. Your energy is like, oh, I have energy for this phone call. I have energy to entertain this Instagram post, and you just go down the rabbit hole without being realizing. But when you're fasting, your energy, you have to conserve it. You legit don't have any energy to even speak. So that's when you start to realize where all the leaks are in your energy. And once you realize your leaks, you plug them up one by one. Like, okay, you getting cut off. This social media is getting cut off. This, and that. And then once you start plugging those up, I don't know, like I feel different. This is like the second week. I feel so like I'm in control of myself, and it makes me sad because I was thinking of what you were saying earlier about like forgiving myself. Like once you reach this level of conscious awareness, you're like, I feel like I just woke up again. Like, how was I living the whole year like this,
Yeah.
thinking that I can't do X, Y, Z? Meanwhile, I'm the master.
Exactly. You're the
So I just wanted to share that.
master. Yeah, I appreciate you for sharing. I'm sure it resonated with somebody in the community 100%.
Yeah, so y'all fast. I don't know. It doesn't have to be the Ramadan way, but you could do it however you want, just to, put yourself to the test, really. But thank you. I appreciate this community, this class. I appreciate you adding me. I appreciate that there's the gods. I love to see it when there's gods tonight. So thank you guys.
Gratitude, Queen. I appreciate you. I honor you. I respect you. And like always, I appreciate you for being a part of the community, because without the community, there is no community. So thank you, Queen.
And chat gonna be lit after
Yeah,
this.
all right. All right, no, I'm gonna tap with y'all when we get off.
All right.
Queen. All right, y'all. Listen, it's 11:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time over here. I know it's a lot more people that want to jump in, man. I already know it's a lot more people that want to jump in. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of questions. Forgive me for not getting to y'all questions. So real quick before we get off, because y'all know I got to end with prayer. So ushers, hold the doors. Ushers, hold the doors until after prayer, please. Ushers, hold the doors. I don't need anybody leaving until after prayers, please. Thank you. So before we get up out of here, I do want to say real quick, if I didn't get to your question, I do have, a new community that I created. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, you can go into the link, click the link, ask the questions. And if if you feel that the question is important, you know what I'm saying, you can ask the question through there, join the community on that platform. We can talk about anything. You can we can talk about anything, whatever, man. It's dope over there. I'm working with the creators. We still trying to get things going. So please be patient as we continue to develop. Also the lecture, The Power of the 3, 6, and the 9 will be posted in that community as well, only for premium members. You will have our full access to, the lectures, the cookbooks, consultations, all of that, right? Like I said, it's only $25 a month to be a premium. Again, the lecture, The Power of the 3, 6, and the 9 will be posted in that community tomorrow. Again, I appreciate each and every last one of y'all. Ushers, please hold the doors until after prayer, please. Thank you. I give honor and thanks and power. I give honor and thanks and speak life and power into the powers that be, that have put me in a position to obtain the knowledge that I have, to not only just obtain the knowledge, but convert this knowledge into wisdom, to not only be able to teach myself, but the people, places, and things around me. I send that same energy out to every being, to every individual that is in this community. I pray that you please receive the information that was spoken, the wisdom that was spoken, to not just receive it as knowledge, but convert this knowledge into wisdom, to not only be able to teach yourself, but the people, places, and things around you. I also give honor and thanks and speak life and power into every being that's in this community. And I honor you, I respect you, I value you, and I truly appreciate you for being a part of the community, because I understand, and understand that without the community, there is no community. I pray that every frequency, every vibration, and every word spoken tonight was spoken far away from ego, but on the same vibration of love, light, and most importantly, truth. I give honor and thanks, and I speak life and power into the powers that be. Ashe, Asheyo, Aman, Amen, Hare Krishna, and all of the above that you shall subscribe to. I am who I am. Who I am not, I will never be. Love me for me, or do not love me at all. I am a great man, and I'm going to show you how great I am. I shall leave as I come, yet when I leave, I shall leave with more power. Peace.